probable go-to. So that's why Twisted locking down Marcel once again. And regardless of whatever Light decides to pick up, I think the Valentina 2 can respond well.
Especially for this Marcel matchup, I think Light can actually choke. Most of the Marcels that I've seen fail actually were against a Cho. Displacing and just making it so hard for him to cast that golden hour in the proper spot.
And I guess they would, with the Cho, you could almost go for that pick-off really quickly, take out the Marcel, you know, or at least force the golden hour so then it's not there, you know.
Or do the -1, less heroes to work with the golden hour. That's a 4v5.
Salam host.
Halo. Salam. Aduh, siapa hadir? Halo Mutaki, Mim, Adam. Selamat.
We're having such quick.
This is fast.
Selamat.
Gila-gila awal 5 minit.
Gila. Hardly first pick. Who are you, bro? Who are you be picking Harley first pick, man?
Expect to see him on that. We've seen a couple junglers now do that actually ever since. So let's see.
Hey. That's
It is rowdy out there, man.
That's a lot of Auroras. Shout out to all the Auroras out there. They're jumping up and everything. Look at them. Look at behind you.
I understand why they need that.
Marcel Valentina. Tak, memang naik doh Leo mau Marcel ni.
Because if I'm not mistaken, Aurora or
Tak berapa faham ah. Tapi aku tengok combo dia macam tu ah. Dia Marcel langgar, Leo mau balik ulti. So macam lebih senang ah nak sampai. Tapi macam ada. Macam ada.
They find themselves in a situation by week 7, week 8 where it's like, oh man, are the defending world champions gonna make it to the playoffs?
Yeah.
Macam menghadoi.
You know,
that's a heavy one.
And that's coming from Aurora guy because my OG Raiders are there, man. So I'm there. I'm one of those wondering.
Wait. I think it's a really great match with Twisted. Because we were talking about how Aurora
Selamat hadir semua.
out of the box as much.
Tap dulu 100, terima kasih.
One of the few teams left to use the Lapu-Lapu, not the only team to consistently pick up the Lapu-Lapu.
Just because Edward just loves that hero so much.
Yeah.
And even though it's not super meta right now, it still gets the results.
Yeah.
It still gets MVPs.
What the fuck?
What does it say? From Malaysia to the Philippines. Let's go.
One chance.
Game lagi PH.
What the fuck? Bro terbang pergi PH. What the fuck? What the fuck? First time je aku tengok. Berapa match? Lagi 4. 2 match hari Sabtu dengan 2 match hari Ahad. Ya duk perwakilan tu. Ada mabah ke? Tak pasti ya. Maybe. Sebab aku macam nak buat benda lain. Macam nak main Staril. Tapi kita tengok dulu macam mana ya. Tengok mood.
I think it's exciting. It's in a different part of the world.
That's going to be the first time, you know. Yeah. Hopefully the defending world.
Itulah. Rindu main Crimson tapi akan main Staril lah sebab nak settlekan Staril punya main story 4.1 supaya boleh start main 4.2.
Hello, how are you?
Halo je dia. Okay. Zeus dah jual balik kopi botol siap. 4 bulan man. After 4 bulan bro.
He is the guy from last season that was really good obviously on the Harith. Nasha sat out for some time though in season 17. If you guys didn't catch your game yesterday, that was something that we were talking about on the desk. We were actually asking, is this the right time? You know, you bring out Nasha now.
Langsung beli tu aku. Langsung.
Still Spanish latte ke?
Aku try dah cafe latte. Tak boleh yo. Lepas tu problem dia tapi masa yang last week aku beli 2 lah. Aku try cafe latte kosong je. Double shot. Dengan aku try cafe latte tapi ada tak ampun siap. Cafe latte tapi aku letak vanilla syrup. Tapi letak vanilla syrup dia baru okey lah. Tapi problem dia kalau kau beli botol, Zeus tak bagi add on. Maknanya kau tak boleh tambah extra shot ke, kau nak tambah syrup ke tak boleh. Yang kau hanya boleh buat tukar susu je. So sebabkan begitu, tak boleh aku nak order cafe latte. So ni aku order je Spanish latte. Hell sikit lah. Tapi tak apa lah. As long that dia dah datangkan balik botol tu aku happy lah.
Take a look at the MPLPH super fan prediction.
Boleh lagi?
Oh my goodness.
130 pull and a dream, okay? Come on, man.
World champions.
I mean, look at them. Look at them.
That's right.
130 pull and a dream.
If you look at
Seminggu lagi, seminggu lagi.
it seems about 85%
Tak sabar.
in favor of Aurora, but it's good to see that that support is still there for
Double
Aurora,
bite
but
dengan
also
Jet.
Oi, dah gebek. Oh, dah gebek. Nasib baik aku tak beli lagi barang-barang kopi.
proved a lot of people in the winter
Aku dah dalam kad lah. Serius. Aku maybe lagi
Yep.
seminggu 2 minggu aku memang nak check out lah.
We'll see
Aku dah finalize lah barang-barang aku nak beli. Nasib baik belum.
their hopes of making it into the playoffs a
Speed
bit
yang sama macam
higher
Dahlia
for
ke?
both
Obviously lah, 80 pull, 4 5 star. Obviously. Emblem tank ah, terus lah. Tamu sebelum fighter. Gila. Main tamus.
Uish Mat Thomas.
Dulu kan? Gila. Okey lah, kita MRN hari ni. Habis nobar kita main Starry lah. Main Starry. Nomor tangguh.
Matching up against the Trizla is actually pretty good. Because the ticking damage is just crazy to deal with, and your Body of Smith just can't really completely deal with it. Body of Smith is great against like big
Melainkan
bursts
ada high
and
demand
really
nak
big portion of
nak
the
tengok
damage.
ataupun nak join mabar lah baru kita ni. Okay.
Right?
'cause you're getting
Barulah
you're getting
kita
it from it, man. You're getting caught
merek.
down, you know, and also mind you, Edward's running the Warcry emblem,
Yeah.
so his damage I feel like will actually
Dapat diri.
surprise
Yes.
Twisted when they actually join into a team fight, just because again he's not only is he tanky, but he's also just kind of doing this
Warcry,
little bit of AoE damage and also proccing
Emblem
Warcry.
Fighter,
As long
Swift,
as you
Warcry.
can keep your attacks going.
Yeah.
Now that's a challenge.
Baru
for
start,
Twisted.
yes.
Can you stop the attacks of the fams from connecting?
And I was about to say, Twisted Minds and the way that they drafted seems like it's a very all-in type of draft. You have to close in to your opponents, and that's exactly what the Thamus wants for himself. He wants you to be close, so you could really feel the passive. You could really feel the damage that's really just not burst, as you mentioned. It's just a slow build-up that you eventually feel the longer that you stay in contact with the Thamus. So let's see how Aurora are actually able to make this work.
Oh, hujang.
Burst down
Oh, hujung.
on-
Wish.
Get enough HP back.
Macam mana dia dapat nyawa tu ah?
Too. Meanwhile, Twisted's working on the turtle.
Macam mana dia dapat nyawa tu?
Work. Oh, they're gonna burst down.
Apa benda yang datang kat dia tu? Ah, tu. What is that? Bintang. What is this? Tu biasa tak Harley tu.
He does
Kenapa jangan dia naik?
Feel the longer that you stay in contact with the
Shield Marcel ke?
Thamus. So
Tapi Shield Marcel dah bagi dulu dah, saya siap.
Marcel ke?
this work.
Tak, dia dah bagi dah, saya siap.
burst down.
Tak tahu dia apa benda. Aku rasa tu skill Harley.
On.
Entahlah.
Does get enough HP back.
On time kamu lah.
The flicker too. Meanwhile, Twisted's working on the turtle. MP secures that. So no kill either side, but an objective going to Twisted unless
Bye.
a feathered airstrike's gonna fall down right on Kaloy as first blood goes
Dan sugam.
away.
That's
Punca-punca.
gonna be a turtle
Tiba-tiba ulti.
kill.
Leomot dah kabur awal.
Going down and attacking.
Marcel nak pergi cover dia, plus Marcel yang mati. Aduh, feels bad.
For me, to be honest. It's usually so hard to take down
Feels bad.
Marcel, but they were able to do it really, really efficiently.
Yeah, and the fact that it was only Kaloy left to do that, or at least show up for his team, because again, Aurora were successful enough in making sure Sean had to retreat. Oh,
Oh, does Dominkite want to stay here? You look at the rotation already happening from Twisted. They've got the information. He's going to go pop the regen. Have to give the gold crab over here to Nasha. I don't know if he's going to stop the... Okay, he does get out. Oh, wait.
Gives it over to MP,
Oh, he
actually.
He didn't get back. Okay, he's just waiting because the light, I think, can also make his way up here if he needs to. Having them revitalized, but yeah, Dominkite will stay
Alright,
away
for
with
side
one
mah.
gold cart.
yeah.
Kamus.
At least he, I think, has enough information to know that there won't be any surprise ganks with him whatsoever. Even MP the King, he just finished taking his orange buff. So now we're about to set up for the next objective. But so far, at least, there's a very slight lead just in the hands of Aurora. They're also playing it relatively safe compared to how we possibly or probably expected them to make use of this draft so far.
Which I kind of expected, especially since their primary damage dealer in the early game is basically Demon Kite and US. So if they're still stuck on, like, you know, clearing the minion waves duty, you can't really depend too much on Demon Kite quite yet. So we have to wait a specific time. And I think they should give this a go, despite playing passively for the past few minutes. I think they will definitely contest this turtle.
Yeah.
Gonna have to. It's up here in a couple seconds. Both XP laners just going at it. I don't know if you're gonna be able to beat a war cry.
Babi pedih kah. What the fuck?
Edward's able to pump out, so that's a low Lansu.
Bro, dah siap orang ke tu?
The body of Smith keeps him good.
Dah siap ke belum? Oh dah sebab dia tak boleh kasut kan. Dah.
Sakit.
Fighting for the turtle. He's gonna go for
Bagi
the
temu,
top of the
bagi
upper
temu.
wall. Another strike comes down
Oi.
to Kaloy.
Dia bawa flicker. Dia bawa flicker siap.
With that penalty zone, with another dealing with Demon Kite.
Kenapa dia bawa flicker ah?
Do get the turtle secured for Demon Kite, and MP will fall as well as another kill gets picked up.
Pangkas bawah Aulus brand belum. Yang dah tengok PH semua matches hari Jumaat dengan match hari Sabtu TLPH lawan Falcon. Selain daripada tu semua belum tengok. Dan kita akan habiskan malam ni.
Severely into the attack of that turtle. I really like that we actually saw like multiple people just zoning around, and they were able, in fairness to Twisted, they were able to slow down Edward, but not quite enough.
Yeah, the thing is, Edward right now on this Thames feels like it's something Twisted Minds are yet to address. He brings in such an unexpected hero right on cue. The Abyss opens for Thames' return. 372 days have passed since the last time we saw him, and the last person or player to actually play this hero was Flap.
Wow,
I think this
was
skin
that long
didn't
ago.
exist. I don't even remember this skin, to be honest.
This is the is it collector? I know it's one of those skins where you had to like you know,
have to
roll
draw for it.
Yeah, I think so. I believe so. But it's great to see him again. I like to see the lanes shaken up, man, especially the hero pool.
Ni
You know,
tamu
bring out
sebelah-sebelah kan.
different XP laners, bring out different mages in the mid lane. I think the most stale lane right now is actually gold lane.
Yeah.
We just see so much of the same. You know, Claude, Harith, and even this Granger is a little bit different than what's usually picked up. But it's great to see in
Radium first item
actually
dari ya.
action for Edward here.
Tapi on the way
So
orang sah.
funny, Flap actually kind of called it. He says, wait,
penalty zone, and that's what they're going to be going for. Domikite actually gets away, utilizing the flicker. Not sure if he's going to get chased down. No one falls just yet. Feathered airstrike from Sean. Meanwhile, Demonkite up top. He'll push this in, but they might just have to
Harley
trade
cosplay
it
Zilong.
here, as Twisted is just
Sekarang
near that side. They
playstyle Harley pro player semua macam itu.
not sure if they're able
Sebab
to get
memang
it,
boleh
but,
split je.
they're in position.
that's a decent split.
They're not letting go.
Yeah, they're not letting go at all. Now this turtle definitely looking like it's a Twisted one.
Yep, they're starting it up. We don't get to see where Dominic is. Oh, there you go.
MP will secure the turtle, but they're going to fight anyway. Light jumps out defensively, and they'll just disengage. They wanted to see if they could actually contest the turtle, but Twisted does get it. They still have plenty of ground to cover here. Down 2,000 gold.
Yeah, somehow they can minimize it through that. And what I like about this is that we're seeing Twisted Minds playing a much coordinated game. We were talking about chemistry earlier on. You could see how the rotations are actually working out for them. It's always either a 3-man or 4-man rotation. So far, it's been heavily towards this bottom lane, and we might see them go for it once more, but at least Aurora are a bit more prepared this time around.
Yeah, the one good thing that Twisted Minds are doing is definitely keeping this Leomord in the loop. He's 0-1-1, but he's actually been doing a majority of the damage in these team fights. He's always in the middle of it. Some teams will actually just play the Leomord and just kind of fall off. I think we saw that earlier as well. This Leomord is actually still pretty much in the fight. Although on the side of Aurora, Dominic, he joined the fight so much earlier. He has more gold than usual on this Claude. I feel like that just means that Aurora has a stronger fight. 2.6k goal lead will actually prove that.
Yeah, because at this point, it's really mostly going to be MP the King. You kind of can depend on Sean, but not unless Nausha can actively participate, then Twisted Minds would really have to group up together just to ensure that they will have the damage that's necessary. If not to get some pickoffs, at least to really poke Aurora to make them uncomfortable to go for fights.
Assalamualaikum,
so far,
Rino.
at least they're keeping it less than 5k. We're not really seeing the snowball potential come out just yet, and even Demon Kite is being very careful.
Oh, that's a whole lot of magic damage to MP the King.
Boleh keluar ke? Oh, ada counter English.
Counter punch as two fall.
What a response! Twist! Wow, wow, wow!
Yeah, I think we're seeing exactly the reason why MB the King is just having a hard time getting hunted down by.
Tapi tahu sebutir tak dia, babi?
The only time he wasn't together with the other guys.
Berat.
Aurora really made sure
First tower,
they
let's
took
go.
advantage of that moment. So it was I think initially it
Never
could
mind.
have looked really good for Aurora. Nonetheless, it's great that Twisted Minds are able to clap back now.
Tak ada orang nak ketuk tower. Bodoh Granger, Valen, Leomok. Siapa nak ketuk saya?
Let's see how they deal with this in this upcoming Lord.
Tak ada hitter, tak ada
Bit of a
hitter.
tough one, especially positioning wise, where your only positional advantage is probably going to come over from the Gatot Gacha. FAMS is going to be a very
Terus
straightforward
ada.
threat. They'll know where it's coming. There's just not much
Baling
surprise
tu,
factor
baling-
inside of Aurora,
baling
except
Hemon.
for the Harley and again the AOG from the Gatot. We'll see if they can make it work. Maybe with the conceal play somewhere.
Yep.
Just not seeing it quite yet. It's very honest. You know, Aurora's attack here is going to be very honest. Will be spied out by Twisted before it arrives.
Yeah, and we kind of understand why it's a FAMS, so you gotta be honest. You put yourself out there because you know that you being there is already enough of a threat. Twisted Minds would not want to stick to that FAMS as much as possible, but Twisted Minds, how can they catch whatever surprises they can go for?
Oh, half health
Oh,
golden hour. Down
sakit
Koloy.
weh.
A quarter of the
Sakit
health.
weh.
He's going to be chased down by Edward. He has to flicker
Oh.
defensively out to the turret. They're fought for the space here, but neither can Rora go for this Lord. A lot of ultimates spend it out, and they're back to it. Sean holding on to his own Avatar of the Guardian. So ultimately, just a couple battle spells went down. The long lane push up top. Rora might be playing into this.
Yeah, that was the Cotter on Inferno already used, and even the flicker from Kaloy, I think that's massive. But let's see, because Nosha's able to join this fight. Ooh,
Lansu, he'll survive this again. A couple snapshots from Koloy, Light, and Edward up on the front side.
Tak boleh main, bodoh Tamus.
That line against Twisted, but it's been a dance.
Tak boleh, bodoh.
So far for this Lord, it's gonna go ahead and reset again.
Yeah.
5-5 tak jelas bodoh hero-nya.
Actually back on cooldown again now. So they just keep on re-engaging here. All the ultimates are
Tapi aku rasa pada buat
Kaloy
flicker
only
lah.
waiting for the golden hour.
Perlu tu Vengeance tu.
about to say
Nak pakai masa
all
ulti kan.
ultimates are back for Aurora.
Sepanjang duration kalau ulti dengan Avenger tu orang tak boleh datang weh. Memang kena duduk belakang lah.
Doesn't matter, not even Edward.
Ibarat macam
not
Yujong
even,
turun lepas ulti.
Yeah, not even Edward has to worry about his HP. Oh,
Careful there, that was a doozy.
you
Keeping
can't
things in check.
get caught like that.
Kalau cakap Aurora tak lepas play, oh.
You're the one
Tak tahu
guy
lah.
who cannot
Tapi
get
aku rasa
caught like
dia
that.
mid table lah sekarang.
Doesn't have the purify. It's just the flicker and the BMI.
Tapi yang pasti
So
bukan
those
tak
three
lepas lah.
stuns that'll come in from Kaloy will really count
Ada
later on.
tim
But
lain lagi teruk tu
this is
sekarang kat bawah.
They've bought so much time, they've gained 2 levels.
Yep.
While we're waiting.
Demon Kite also just trying to push that top wave up a little
Boom.
bit more. There's the
Bapak Barca, babi.
initiation. Yue has to flicker out wings by wings too, but Nasha in
Boom.
trouble.
Tak kena
with the
Barca.
deadly magic, but he
Tidak
shoots
Barca.
MP takes out Yue.
Tidak.
Falls the 1-for-1 trade. Lord's gonna be ignored. They push each other off the pit.
Ui, Tamus ni kena ni je bodoh.
Demon Kite also just
Jangan
trying to push
kamu.
that top wave up a little bit.
Aku rasa dia acak-acak je bodoh sepanjang benda lain.
Has to flicker out wings by wings too, but Nasha in trouble with the deadly magic, but he should survive it all.
Struggle bodoh nak kejauh.
Takes out Yue. Lansu falls the 1-for-1 trade.
Maybe Tamus macam Dirot juga out.
Push each other off the pit.
Maybe kena main macam Dirot juga out. Perang tu. Ui,
Clean it up, and Edward comes in with a triple.
memang Tamus power ke
Ignored. They put
kanan oleng?
two, but Nasha in trouble with the deadly magic, but he should survive it all. MP takes out Yue. Lansu falls the 1-for-1 trade. Lord's gonna be ignored.
Kanan oleng
They
tu.
push each other off the
Awal
Kanan oleng,
sangat
kanan
kau
oleng.
cakap ni.
Tak kira. Itu kanan oleng bodoh. Dia dah tak sampai dah. Ulti pun tengah on babi. Exhaust je lah kejap sial. Exhaust je kejap man. Ayo yo. Tak kira.
That was world-class performance. Not
Forex,
just Meta,
Curas,
but Dominic
Queen.
as well.
Wih.
MP's
Oh.
not done though.
MP's gonna take Demon Kite
Apes
Oh.
is still
Ah!
Sedihnya.
Sedihnya.
He did not
Cuba mengejar bro topi man.
so quick to
Pakai Leo mod.
Envy the king.
Tapi tu nice try ya man. Aduh.
Around him.
Yeah, that was was a very nice
Tapi lama
attempt,
kan
though. I was
teamfight tu
surprised he was
Claudette ni
there.
tahan
That is literally
ulti.
MB the King trying to activate that superstar trigger. Just doesn't really have quite the momentum. I think he was just literally one skill away.
Taman
from
Peramsinan Hali.
stealing that lore, but unfortunately, the
Stadium
skill one just not hitting
Item
the
nombor
right angle.
4.
And I think it's
So dia nak main
something he
berapa?
didn't really
10,
expect for
20,
Aurora to
30, 35.
continue,
Yeah.
because he was going for hero, and Aurora might have not wanted to risk that, but they just kept throwing their skills at the Lord, and by the time that the retribution was necessary, then Demon Kai was there to finish off the job.
Edward pushing up top. Lord here down bot. Charges in. Base turret goes down bottom side. Nearly up here to the top too. We'll see if Twisted can defend this. They're going to go clear out this Lord, but Aurora is happy with that push and balloon things up to almost a 10,000 gold lead. They still have this powered up wave in the mid. Immortality's coming to play now too for Light. So Sean holding on to his own deadly magic. We'll see what they do. Little snapshot on Dome and Kite. They clear out the mid. They want to go for this top turret. A jump, an avatar into the golden hour. Kaloy on the run. MP has Barbiel. The Phantom Steed is proc, but Light. Immortality still there, and Lansu falls. And now on the defense. Light finally falls, but without Lansu, who's going to be the front line for Twisted as they get win.
Betul lah, aku rasa main macam dirot lah tamu ni kan.
They only have a cannon.
Main macam dirot, main macam dirot.
Sean though.
Masalah dia bukan tak ada damage, masalah dia tak sampai kan.
Kite looking for MP. Can he
Mari.
Meriah Encik Thomas.
fountain in time, and now a feathered airstrike will force Nasha down as well. They come in to clean up, and it's still 4 members.
Parsa
Aurora
ni
looking
sial.
to close out game 1. There's not much
Ah.
Sean can do but watch and die as he stays
Yeah.
alive. But the game is over as Aurora will take game 1.
Aduh, Harley first pick lagi. Oi, tapi ni twist pula.
Run it back. It's not
Zujin. Harley over Zujin lah, wanja.
Here, because there's a Valentina on the other side,
Harley ke Khalid deny.
it's not grokkable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
High
I
loss
think the
Ben baik,
most
first phase.
with Chap. No.
Badang,
Again, it's
strike
a
badang
very
lah, badang
different flavor.
reputasi ke?
explaining something. I don't know what he's explaining. Fail.
Badang reputasi maybe?
Death ball. Same, but different, but still same. Because they have different heroes. Here we go. Game number
Tamus lagi
2.
bodoh 2 game, sel main Tamus.
Same but different, but
What a
still
mood.
same.
That's the mood right there. Like that's people hoping for global ban someday. You know, like that's basically how they
Ni dia
feel.
buat
I feel
benjen lah.
like.
Lawan
You
Kari.
know, but hey, we've had some switch ups. We've had a lot of debut picks, especially in the last couple of weeks.
Memang Aurora
it's
demam
amazing.
Thomas ke?
Yeah, it's nice to see the shake up.
Grog tak sedap dah.
Definitely could have started something here. Whoa.
Growth dia bukan tak sedap. Dia masalah dia sekarang ni, bukan sekarang lah.
They are testing the limits
Daripada
here. Both
dulu
have
pun
flickers.
the last berapa season memang
Oh my
kalau hero dia formula dia macam ni. Kalau hero tu
He saw you.
Still flicker, he's fine.
first 2 minit dia tak ada
Losing out.
tak ada sesuatu yang wow,
Fine, though. Light's not fine.
yang betul-betul hebat, dia susah sikit nak jadi keutamaan. So macam Grok dia sedap team fight 5 lawan 5.
He was so far out.
Itu dia macam dia punya apa orang cakap, dia punya kekuatan utama lah.
He used the flicker and
So maknanya
still
team fight
died.
turtle
That
ke
is a
lepas
big
level
blow
4,
to
team fight
Aurora.
lord ataupun high ground push. Itu kekuatan dia. Tapi first 2 minit, first 4 minit selain daripada turtle tu dia susah sikit nak dapat value.
Wow.
Susah sikit nak dapat value. Berbanding hero-hero meta yang lain lah. Contoh macam ni yang kau tengok Badang, Khalid.
I wasn't sure what
Semua konsep dia macam ni. Ada mobility, ada damage, ada CC. Kau ada benda-benda tu,
he's got this turtle. There's no
memang
contest
letak
here.
dekat ROM memang padu
Aurora
lah.
gonna have to make some quick adjustments because, yeah, not the start into the first turtle they wanted.
Hey, it's such a great opening for Tracy so far.
Yeah, they're completely level gapped. I feel like
Aduh,
they don't even have.
hero-nya kena laju lah.
Satu, jadi hero
Dia
yang
hero-nya
lemah.
kena laju macam tu. Kena laju, ada damage.
Man, the only source
Ada
of,
CC.
I would say,
Cahaya
hope
loss
for
pun
now
sama
is
juga
because Dominic's just
Ada stun,
relatively
ada
undisturbed
damage.
mid lane. He also got that
Keras.
small dub, where he's actually forcing a lot.
Oh, there's Tracy using the Raging Sandstorm plus the flicker, but he gets the beacon out from Yue. Yue still holds on to his own flicker though, so see if MP decides to do something with that advantage or not, but Good job alleviating the death. Light still looking for his level.
Aku rasa Monton kena ni kena menarikkan hero MIS.
Okay. It's been a really interesting rotation so far from Aurora, but
Supaya hero MIS ni lebih pelbagai. Sebab sekarang ni rasa hero MIS yang meta yang banyak semua hero. Ni hero apa panggil utility. Sustain, main sustain ni macam Zuzin lah, Ivy lah. Yang betul-betul konsep burst yang nampak memang Barca je. Yang true, orang cakap true burst style punya MIS lah kan. Yang valid lah sekarang. Barca je baik. Sekarang ni tengoklah Lilia, Vale lah, Farami, semua jenis. Bukan tak ada damage, ada damage lah. Tapi bukan nombor satu reason kau pick dia untuk damage lah, bukan lah. Tengok Valentina. Semua MIS yang untuk kau survive. Kenapa tak bawa Idora? Itulah pelik lah. Idora definitely valid lah. Kalau ikut kriteria hero meta, Idora memenuhi lah kriteria-kriterianya.
But he was completely denied of everything in the first 3 minutes.
That's true. So it's very understandable why Twisted are the ones with a slight upper hand here. Even Lansu will be first to rotate out of his lane.
Mana ni Fred badang Suji ni?
Zone out a bit with the raging sandstorm. Sean still holding on to his own beacon used by Yue. Here comes Edward joining this fight too. Yue tries to get away with the deadly magic. He's going to survive and it's going to come down to the battle. A setup holding on to his own beacon used by Yue. Here comes Edward joining this fight too. Yue tries to get away with the deadly magic. He's going to survive and it's going to come down to the battle. From Light.
Tapi dah dapat 3 pun tak boleh bunuh. Berat. Dapat 3 pun tak boleh bunuh. Bodoh damage dia tak cukup. Padahal dah handsome 10 pendek. Paling handsome lah tu. Klodek lah jawapan ni. Boom.
But it's a trade the 2 for 2.
That was a very extended team fight we saw right there.
Yeah, we're seeing both teams becoming very relentless.
TPH yang tengah kuat, TLPH.
And I like that. That's exactly what
Falcon.
MPLMYS17 needs to do. When you think Roar's trying
Rora
to
pun.
aura farm you, you gotta
Brand pun sedap juga.
You gotta go ahead and just take the fight.
But we gotta say that was a massive
Siapa lagi aku lupa. Tapi itulah yang tengah top lah.
That 3-man fist break, fist crack that we saw. It's just that the damage maybe not enough just yet.
Yeah, it was a great set, but like even so, he got nothing out of it. You know, no assists or anything. But the potential is there. You know, the potential.
Aku tak kuasa bercanda satu DJ.
He'll survive this.
Onek.
Holding on to his regen, he'll get back though. But you know, he's gonna definitely be one of the front lines here for Aurora with this composition. Once he gets some of the magic resistance items here, that's gonna be crucial against this. But talk about a start for Lansu, man. 3-0.
Wah, tanjat. Tanjat bro. Khalid tak ada ulti ke? Bro.
Talk about a start for Lansu, man. 3-0. Oh. There goes Light.
What the fuck? Do something, man. Bro. Bro. What do you mean kau push?
Once you get some of the magic resistance items here, that's going to be crucial against this.
Bro. Bagi kalau main, man. The fuck?
There goes Light again, going to be able to find the setup right on target.
Tengok je babi. Kari dia kena godok.
You get value out of that.
Big value. Edward with a 2v1.
Yep, just clearing the lane, countering Inferno. He'll be fine.
All right.
Aku melihat.
I think slowly and bit by bit, Aurora are finally able to get back in this game. This very slight goal lead in favor of Twisted Minds now non-existent because they've shifted over to Aurora. And definitely
okay saja. Dia season ni TPH lagi lebih banyak yang mendunia kalau nak banding dengan sebelum lah. Sebab sekarang ni top team yang kita expect untuk apa orang cakap meriang memang meriang lah. So season ni kita memang sakit sebabi hilang bodoh Fred tu, what the fuck sih. Oh, call 10 lu. Seronok tengok Valen curi escape Redrin ni walaupun simple je. Season ni TLPH, Oni PH, Falcon PH, Aurora, lepas tu tambah lagi brand lah. 5 tapi maybe kalau nak letak 4, at least 4 lah. At least 4 team dia. Sekelas SRG, sekelas Oni ID lah, kau bayangkan. So berat sikit lah. Sedikit berat.
Let's take a quick look at the replay just so we could make sense of it a bit more. Yeah, they surrounded Demon Kite.
Bodoh, immediately hilang sial. Redrinya.
He literally disappeared. And you again, Edward trying to re-engage or disengage.
Big moves from Sean there, taking the Fredrin
toolkit.
That energy eruption, man, just
that's big.
Sebagai hukuman.
We've seen this so much with the Valentino, taking the Fredrin when it's across from you, and then sometimes even having better.
Wajar kah? Wajar.
Eruptions better. Just
wajar.
Utilizing the Valentina kit and that Terrify when they stack it up. So,
apakah yang buat orang kuat? Tak pasti lah training ke apa. Dari segi gameplay, apa yang nampak fundamental lah, itu paling kalau aku nak bagi macam yang simple punya explanation lah. Yang apa macam broad sikit kan. Fundamental tu maknanya draftnya, lepas tu makronya. Lepas tu setiap draft tu macam mana nak bawa draft kan. Sebab dia tak boleh semua draft kau bawa rotation sama je. Contoh kau dah master rotation A kan. Apa draft kau main, semua kau main rotation macam tu. Kau tak kisah kau pakai hero apa, kau tak kisah enemy pakai hero apa, kau buat benda sama. Kau ikut je formula yang sama tanpa memahami kenapa rotation tu perlu begitu kan. Itulah yang beza lah. Sebab kalau kau tengok dia bawa draft apa pun, dia faham lah, dia tahu macam mana main kan. Dia tahu basic lah. So sebabkan dorang punya fundamental tu strong. Barang? Nak fikir. Dia hyper. So sebabkan fundamental dorang tu tinggi, dan dorang punya error pun secara tak langsung kadarnya lebih rendah. Sebab tu yang kita kadang-kadang kita tengok kebanyakan match PH ni asyik, tak ada kill lah, minit ni tak ada kill kan. Bukan sebab dorang tu main memang tak reti nak main agresif ke apa, bukan lah. Maybe dorang taklah se-agresif gameplay MPLID, tapi dorang punya tidak agresif tu sebab dorang faham. Contoh macam kau tengah kalah kan, kau tengok top team lah, kalau tengah kalah kan, mana ada tiba-tiba kat tempat-tempat tak sepatutnya ke apa ke. Bila dia buat kira-kira, ada cakap, uish tak boleh ni, ini kalau lawan damage memang tak cukup. Diorang tak ada lah, diorang pergi farm kan. Diorang pergi kumpul 3 orang, 4 orang, pusing dia satu map nak dapatkan farming. Sebab diorang tahu selagi MM dia tak 4 item, tak ada planet, memang tak logik untuk apa, tak logik untuk engkau comeback. Sebab enemy tengah fight. Tapi kalau tiba-tiba enemy buat mistake, boleh aku punish. Tapi masalah dia, tim sebelah yang tengah lead tu pula fundamental pun strong juga. Dia pun tahu yang dia tengah lead, dia pun tahu apa yang dia boleh buat, dia tak boleh buat. So sebabkan dua-dua tim faham kedua benda tu, tak adalah berlaku peperangan. Dia jadilah 12 minit main 4 kill, 5 kill lah. So kalau orang yang selalu komplain, dia cakap match bosan kan. Kalau regular season aku pun setuju lah, boring lah juga tengok. Tapi contoh playoff ke inter ke, bila PH macam tu, dan kau betul-betul faham the thought process kan, kenapa diorang buat macam ni, kenapa diorang belajar dua gamenya, tak bosan lah. Cuma je dia tak flashy lah ya, sebab kau tengok rotation map je kan, mana ada diorang terbang-terbang sangat ke apa benda ke. Kau tengok apa, 5 hero bergerak je itu. So dia boring sikit lah dari segi entertainment kan.
Halo.
Genius wand, where the Harley and the Valentina together in the early are enough to just provide damage.
Yeah, and providing damage is all you need to do at this point. Right now it's just so much split being done here by.
Nanti kau tengok mana-mana game kan yang MPLPH top team yang dorang miss draft, Okay. Yang draftnya tak berapa nak handsome mana. Contoh macam Rora punya kanan ni kan. Okay. Terlalu banyak setup, terlalu banyak sustain, damage, output kurang kan. Nanti kau tengok. Diorang akan mainnya passive sangat. Passive tu bukan sebab apa. Sebab player pun tahu. Bila dah masuk dalam dia macam dia kiri-kiri dia okay. Tak boleh nak main macam kau ni tengah bawa suyu, kau tengah bawa harit. Bukan macam tu playstyle dia. Okay. Macam yang kanan ni playstyle-nya kau kena acak-acak sikit. Usir-usir enemy kiting kan. Kiting sikit. Exhaust enemy punya skill kan. Sikit. Lepas enemy dah negative resource sikit, kau ada advantage resource, barulah kau gas macam tu. Boom. Kok gas babi tamu. What the fuck. Tapi kari tak hit lah. Kari hit setengah. Babi tak mati saya tujunya. Fred, oi!
Kena ketuk.
What the fuck was that team fight sia?
Leboy.
Macam ni kan, team fight macam ni kan. Aku macam ni kalau team fight yang macam ni kan, dengan draft yang aku cakap macam ni, aku sendiri pun memang kena tengok sekali. Sebab apa kena tengok sekali tau? Ini bukan common event. Faham tak? Bukan common event. Dia punya team fight gameplay tu unik sikit lah. Tak mati bodoh Fred pun Thomas pergi. Tapi ni kari kenapa dia berhenti hit lah? Oh, dia takut badang. Takut badang. Dah exhaust kari punya ulti.
Mahal kekebalan tubuh.
Terus kari punya ulti. Siapa yang pergi membadannya tu? Kalik dengan heal.
Also ada vengeance.
Tak ada vengeance, kari tak ada masalah kan? Sebab tengah fat. Kalau tengah fat boleh lah nak bantai. Tapi badang tu lah masalah. Sebab kalau dia tak lari pada, kalau contoh dia terus hit tadi ni, memang meninggal lah dia. Badang ni dah ada flicker. Lompat, tumbuk, memang tidur lah. Tapi badangnya pun relax lah. Nampak? Kan? Kalau aku main rank jujur lah. Kalau aku main rank ni kan, aku dah flicker dah tumbuk, dah melekat lah karinya. Tapi probably, the calculation was, sekarang tengah kalah duit, kari baru buka ulti, fresh. So maybe badang tu takut karinya, the follow up tu tak mati. Lepas tu kari tu sebab ulti tengah fresh, hit dia balik, boleh mampus balik dia kan. Probably. Pum. Tak kena pula badangnya. Dia nak Harley Dia lagi nak Harley daripada nak kari. Tapi Zuji tak mati bangsat betul. Ini ada mesh bro. Ini ada mesh. Ini bro berbom. Frednya tunggu Mana Harley-nya? Harley-nya dari mana? Oh, dia pergi bling atas muka Fred. Lepas tu dia patah balik. Memang silap lah. Aduh. Salah. Tapi aku tak terima dia orang menang. Aku tak terima. Aku rasa dia patut kalah team fight Kenapa dia menang Sebab kari tak dapat maximize ulti lah kan. Tu je lah kan sebenarnya. Sebab itu damage dia. Ulti dia wasted dekat Tamus yang buang setengah HP je. Tu pun tak mati pun. Miss kill. Bro dash. Tak keluar. Spermnya tak keluar. Jauh sangat. Jauh sangat men. Jauh sangat men. Tapi Claudia pun blazing duit angin. Tak masalah tengah menang duit dah. Aduh. Apa tak keluar? Valentina kan. Valentina ada sperm pun. Kau tak tahu ke?
Velen tak main
Tak tahu
shot.
lah.
That's when they strike.
In the only moment, the decision to
Valentina
take
sebenarnya
out
lelaki,
Demon
man.
Kite did not work. That's where Aurora found their opening. Finally, with the Oracle and Radiant Armor, Demon Kite was able to last a bit more longer.
Yeah, talk about value of Radiant Armor.
Valentino.
Look at this. I mean, everything was pretty much thrown at him.
Clutch.
Brother survives, scoots on away. The rest of the team's there. Edward's like, nah,
Semua
my turn.
ujung-ujung.
He
Harley
jumps
punya
in,
ulti pun
buys
tak
enough
dapat
time
finish
for
satu.
Nomad to swing on
Kari
in
punya
here.
ulti pun tak
And
dapat
then just
maximize.
great job of responding. How does
Sedih.
Yue survive too?
Yeah.
Yes, he flickers. Nasha's right there.
Tapi ni MP salah sikit lah.
Yue survived.
It all boils
MP
down
salah
to
sikit
clutch
lah.
factor, right? And the
And Brave Smite.
fact that you're so hell bent on getting the kill
Yeah.
that you kind of
Tiba-tiba
forget
lock
your
kat kanan.
surroundings.
Berat.
That's what happened there with Twist.
Oh man, that was just. I mean, think about it. That was a complete turnaround off of that initiation that Twisted decided to take. And so
Hilang
they'll hold on
gold
to the base turrets here as this Lord's working on this.
Cuak
front
Kari
one,
nak
but
ketuk lot. Takut badan
they
terbang.
won't completely take down a base turret, but what Aurora's been able to do is open up the map now as they take down a
Hilang
tier 2
lah.
in the mid.
5-6k
Most
goal
likely
difference.
making their way up here to the top.
Yeah.
The damage is still good for Twisted, though. They can still win a fight. Sean's holding on. He goes in with an initiation himself. Just as I say it, taking out the perfect member.
Babi
Sean's
lah.
trying to get away.
Dia flicker dia tumbuk ke Valen ni?
To disengage and Edward
Kena
goes
second
down.
skill dia flicker dia tumbuk lah. Babi lah.
Likely making their way up here to the top.
Yeah.
The damage is still good for Twisted, though. They can still win a fight. Sean holding on.
Flicker bodoh je bodoh. Dia skill 2 dia flicker tumbuk. Keren.
Panjat gegol.
Gampang.
Initiation himself. Just as I say it, taking out the perfect member. Sean's trying to get away.
Aduh, lepas tu kali follow up kan.
He might have to
Mantap.
disengage and Edward goes down.
Gila-gila.
Absolute outplay.
And now it's
Twist to grand final.
from Sean.
Oh man, Demon Kite has to make a run for.
Demon Kite, can he keep himself in the team
Eh,
in this game as mid turret goes down?
5
Twisted
seconds.
will take it out. 2 seconds on light. Demon Kite, what can he do?
Stop
Nothing.
boleh
tak
skip
boleh.
season lepas bro.
Nice try.
Unbelievably so.
Twist S15. Twist S15 week 1. Wow.
Line because where the heck
Uranus first ban?
Easy Zushin.
Seseram itu ke? Langsung punya Uranus. Uji first pick.
run it back with
Uji nah. Ini kali deny. Jomol weh. Seram ni kanan ni.
Always with,
Seram ni.
Sour
Valen Harit.
you know,
comes along
Claude.
again. But I think the Alice earlier. Not gonna talk about
Hylos.
it. Yeah.
Oi, finally, bye. Pick Hylos nak lawan Liomol dengan Claude. Bye. MPL my ID could never. Ya.
Just so good.
Could never. Oh, bye.
probably why
Hylos sumpah tu
Aurora
under
is so low.
dia terlalu ni tu.
If he's able to
Dia walaupun dia ada juga di pick kan, tapi underrated sangat tu.
Free of Aurora.
Sangat bagus tu dalam meta sekarang. Apa je sial yang dia tak boleh lawan, semua benda dia boleh lawan tu. Malah hard counter je. Justice plus skill 2. Tak main tu Liomol man. Tapi Uranus Uranus dipandang macam Zuzi tu.
Hyper dependent on attack speed to make sure that the damage sinks in.
Yeah, and I guess this will be a much careful start for Aurora too. It's not like light.
Benci lah diorang pakai Alice Collector.
Pakai.
Pakailah skin kuat-kuat tu.
So it's expected to be a bit more stable, and they have to acknowledge the fact too that this early game
Dia lah buruk sikit.
through the Khalid and Jusin is a lot to deal with already. So they just have to really make sure that Demon Kite doesn't get as disturbed in the farm,
Yeah.
because Tracy's already trying to do this now.
Yeah, this is also just a little more passive for Aurora to start with because, again, Light can't really do much to get away, you know. So it's
Macam
better,
skin recycle
like we just
hero-hero
saw,
lain.
in the previous series, you don't have the level 4, you don't have the glorious pathway.
Betul.
You're gonna kind of be stuck there, especially against this.
Tak,
So
dia nak tiru ni konsep Nathan punya collector tapi tak jadi. Apa masalah dia?
we already know that they want to play into this first.
Masalahnya tak sampai bro.
Do a little bit of counter jungling right right now. It's happening on the
Tak
other side.
sampai.
He's gonna go for Nasha.
Pum pum pum.
Taking a couple shots. We'll get away with that BMI. And they'll set up. Turtle's coming up in a couple seconds. He had to pop the Purify as well, so they'll rotate on up.
Yeah, in that sense, definitely very worth it, especially now that they're Twisted Mind's actually in full control of this turtle pit. Let's see if the Therese is going to join in.
Yep, MP, he's got control
Hero
of the turtle
Corner
right
kena
now.
ada
Not sure
skin
if Edward's
collector,
actually
mesti
gonna jump
laku.
on it. He does with the penalty zone. Throne of Ruin to answer. Now Edward quite low. Even with the body of Smith, he falls down, but it's going to be a trade right now. The 1-for-1.
Pergi.
Coming through with his own
Ziu.
sandstorm. And now Demon
Woo.
Knight gets dragged back with the lantern. And he can't escape it. Tracy will make it happen and survive to tell the tale.
How is he still alive? I thought there was a basic attack that could catch up to him,
I
but
saw that.
I guess the damage was just not enough to finish off the kill, but nonetheless, it was Twisted Mind who
Sudah lah tu.
actually got the
Dia
better
ganggukan
trade
keteraman
there.
semua orang
they
oh.
really did. Again, Edward did his very best to make sure
Ni
he
ada
could
mesh.
equalize after the turtle.
Nak
I mean,
Agro terus
they were
terangkat ni.
probably
Ni
gonna
ada
down
mesh
on
man.
execution, so
Takkan
it
macam
was
gitu
very good
loh.
attempt. But again, just the survivability.
Tak ada masalah pun draft kiri ni masalahnya. High loss balance Uyu bapak strong siap.
Just really can catch you by surprise.
Patutnya kan. Dia paling busuk pun lah. Paling busuk pun lah. 50-50 yang fair lah. Betul-betul straight up fair je. Takkan kalah lah. Teamfightnya. Sebab lengkap sangat. Aduh. Lampu.
Trades were both Lansu and Edward. So I understand if Aurora just
Nangis
kept
kalau dia
fighting with
lane
the
dengan Harit.
remaining firepower that they had, but at the same time, Twisted Minds, they had just so much ways to stay in the game, the sustain. This Alice being an Alice and the Khalid just having that quick sand guard.
Even Sean, right? Even Sean
Orang
on
first
that
item,
one is
dari
gonna
je
be
lah.
able to sustain so long. So I don't mind that they're able to just keep fighting. But that, you know, Aurora has to be very aware of that. Again, building that anti-heal, you have to know when to fight into it, especially against Lansu's Alice.
Yeah. Okay, so far, we see that there's a very slight lead in the hands of Twisted, and
Aku tahu satu buff yang aku nak Monton bagi apa dekat Roma.
Is really keeping hold of Edward, which is very crucial.
Monton patut buat Roma kalau ada Rom punya kasut tu kan. Roma tak payah beli kasut coklat tu. Dia boleh beli kasut siap terus. Kacau duit. Nak beli tough boot tu. Tough boot ke Rapid boot apa-apa lah. Kasut siap. Lepas tu Roma dapat free. Free kasut. Wanjas.
But Sean comes in with his own beacon, and now they're forced to fight as light falls. Edward
250 gol tu terus siap. Tough boot. Baris.
Excellent movement.
Cari tu.
Commending Yue for a very nice attempt. Basically fighting a raging sandstorm with a raging sandstorm of his own, but just not as good if you have like an Alice soaking
Pakailah
it,
supplier kasih.
Zaman Rom topeng weh tak
with
pernah.
that Khaled as well.
Yeah, because even if you
Aku
take a look at Aurora
start ML.
present in that fight, mostly it's just really gonna come from Demon Kite, and his damage is a bit more
Masa main tu
explosive.
ni masa Melissa baru masuk dah silap aku.
One time, big time.
That's right. More focused.
One time, big time.
One time, big time. And you don't really get to see the sustained damage output come out just yet, not unless Dominic Kite can really be part of it. Oh, and
I mean, he's feeling the 4-0. You know, he's not looking for a kill there on against a Terizla, but he's pretty stacked up, man. At 4-0, he's already got what? He's got a War Axe. He's built into the Fury Hammer now at this point. The team just really sets up MP to be able to go ahead and pop off like this on the Leo Mord. And it should almost be the same for Demon Kite to be able to go ahead and respond in that way, but just so far, the way the
Joy
team
dia
has
tu.
gone, it's just been in
Sekarang ni yang
Twisted
sangat aku
favor,
nak tengok
and
Joy,
Nasha
Idora,
playing
Roger.
the farm up this whole time.
Roger tapi lebih kena tengok Roger golin.
This is the factor that you get when you pick up such good Zushi.
Jungle pun boleh tapi aku rasa golin lebih mantap.
Just has so much priority
Joy,
to
Roger,
keep fighting
Idora.
to do this. I like that Tracy is actually
Link
so
tak nak
willing
tengok, buff dulu.
to join these.
Kalau sebab sekarang ni, even kalau ada pro team pick Link pun tak ada faedah. Okay, akan kena bantai je Link tu. So, tak payahlah pick.
He's been playing for years
Buang masa.
Elsewhere.
internationally. So I guess I kind of get it.
Yeah.
Tak ada apa perubahan pun.
I
Tak tahulah.
guess Aurora might want to be a bit more cautious about the
Tiba-tiba hilang.
dives that they
Roger.
go for, because even despite all these starts or these raging sandstorms coming in from Yue, which he copies, it's only been one kill for Aurora.
Ayah pun sama macam Link. Buff dulu.
Zone Phantom Steed now.
Buff dulu baru pick lah.
One on both sides.
It's going to break down, and Demon Kite will secure it. Once again, the fight breaks out. Throne of Ruin dropped down to the Zaman Force, and now Yue with his own Phantom Steed goes through, but Light's going to fall, and Demon Kite is forced back, and Demon Kite tries to run away too. Yue is there to help come up, has to throw the flicker on out. So Twisted, they'll fight back. They lost Tracy. Both roamers went down, and Turtle
Dah
goes
berteling teruk sangat. Dah monton tak suka dia. Nak buat macam mana ni?
Small steps here, baby steps.
Dia kalau orang dia tak suka, kalau bos kau tak suka kau rasa kau seronok lah kat tempat kerja. Faham tak? Faham tak? Okay. Bos kau sendiri benci kau. Kau ingat kau tiba-tiba dapat naik gaji? Tak ada bad bro. Naik kerja je ada naik kerja. Naik kerja. Naik gaji nice try lah man. Oh ya Harit memang monton punya ni oh. Apa orang panggil? Mistress. Number one favorite mistress. Okay.
He had to go for the more extended fights.
Yeah.
All they had was Demon Kite.
Yeah, so here's the thing, right? You have Demon Kite who's very happy to take them.
Teacher Spec betul lah. Tapi Teacher Spec kan ramai. Dia nombor 1. Dia presiden. Presiden.
Yeah, I agree. Because I think recently Yue, or at least in the past few team fights, has taken more of like an initiator role.
Yeah.
It's either he steals away the Raging Sandstorm, or even in that moment where he got the Phantom Steed. Because in a way, the Phantom Steed kinda...
Claude monton punya real anak. Itu baru betul-betul anak. Maknanya anak kandung kan. So kau memang sayang lah. Kau jaga elok. Tapi dia kurang ni. Dia kurang Harit punya danger. Secretive. Scandalous element tak ada. Sebab halal. Okay. Monton nakal. Tu yang Harit ni dia lain. Konon nerf. Lower damage but more shield. Satu bulan selepas itu buff Stallium. Harit get more damage now. Wow. Amazing. Bobby tak nak pungut. Tak ada Bobby dia tak kenal. Dia macam Bobby kena buka file. Nak cari.
Time lesu sebabkan toy dengan isteri kau.
And so far it's Twisted Minds leading together with the Lord, pushing all sides of the map so far, and this lead will probably balloon a bit more towards their side. It's been a 6-0-2 game for MP the King on this Leomord, and you could probably officially say that it has been snowballing.
It's massively been snowballing. So much standing gold on the map, by the way.
Harry ni kalau dia revert balik nerf Halki yang movement speed tu, aku rasa memang sedap lah sekarang. Memang sedap. Dia boleh kalau monton revert balik kan, aku rasa dia boleh duduk sekelas Alice Esme Uranusa. Mati kenapa ni? Dia memang boleh jadi ASP badan yang function lah. Maksudnya dia bukan level Gatot Hylos. Gatot Hylos macam sangat berat kepada badan kan, berbanding fighter CC kan. Macam Terry boleh lah. Tapi dalam masa sama kalau nak jadi badan pun reliable.
Again, those are like small unforgivables. Like you should not be able to get picked off. I mean, he's going to be back in time for the next Lord, but you're already having the advantage. You already have it. You don't let go. And that's usually the call. But then again, you know what? Aurora's just pretty good at pickoffs as well, especially since Demon Kite is just already max level.
Yeah, that's probably what they really are going
tak ada goal different tapi tengah sekat teruk tu kalah. Tunggu hari. Berapa item hari? 3 item baru. Undur penet.
quite understandable in a sense that Nosha would definitely want to, as we mentioned, close that gap, so he had to look for the farm elsewhere. And it wasn't really a point in the game where you were expecting a team fight. It's just that Aurora were able to really capitalize on that moment where they were trying to manage the lane. So let's see how things
Harif
actually
OTW
turn
nak
out
falkan
from this
skandal kat
point
mahkamah.
onwards. Twisted Minds still in the lead, but definitely Aurora, they still have their chances.
Yeah, for Twisted Minds, I feel like we should not do a redo of that. Just make sure you stick together as much as possible. You already evened out those other lanes, those long lanes. Don't go ahead and bite off more than you can chew. And if you do this. You know, you have Tracy on the side, just ready to bail you out in time. And you should have a pretty even Lord fight.
Yep, you got Trinity 2 here locked in for Nacho.
Tak ada Domi weh.
He's going to go into his defensive line.
Hai lu sabar Domi, Terry tak buat Domi. Pelik.
In this case too, with this Lord being up here, this is probably one of the big times we see actual full 5v5 set up in this way, because there's usually been pickoffs or leading into it, and UA's been holding on to this Throne of Ruin from the Alice. We'll see what they end up doing. Demon Kite's going to make his way up here. It's already under half health, though. They're going to have to stall this out a little bit. They might be a little bit too late. Lansu gets the Lord. There's the fight. Nasha tries to get away, and MP will go down. It's a shutdown, and Lansu could be next. Won't be able to get away with the gleam. So Rora picks up 2 kills. But the Lord
Kalau Claudette ni out of commission, 0 damage pada.
Taking down MP the King.
Yeah, you got so much gold. You also have like massive tempo. Although, of course, Twisted, it did end up getting the Lord at the end. But you lose out 2, you will lose more towers because of that.
Yeah, Aurora are looking to even out the map. They probably also do not want the Lord to get any further.
Tak, tapi tadi MM-nya tak main lah.
Dah meriang dah hari ni.
Dia blazing sikit lepas tu dia terus keluar bodoh sebab dah mampus lah.
Does he want to Regent Sandstorm into this? I think he wants to. They're going to go in. Edward keeping Nasha at bay, already using the penalty zone. They're trying to get out of here, but they could be in a bad position if they get caught out. Tracy still has the ultimate. He's still got the Raging Sandstorm. He might look to give it a go. Doesn't have a flicker, though. So he goes quick Sandguards, heals up. Lord's still up. Rora might want to go ahead and reset and just deal with this Lord here.
Yeah.
All right.
Just keeping tabs.
That is the conservative play. I know Twisted had that Raging Sandstorm. They could have engaged, but they decided, you know what? Let's not risk.
Yeah.
All right.
Just keeping tabs.
That is the
Wah, lain macam. Apa benda Rora ni? What the fuck? Domi tak ada. Okay? Lawan Leo, Khaled, Claudette, Alice tak ada Domi. Nak relive Valen punya glowing saja.
Wow.
Suyu full item tak ada pistol. Aku lah. Memang lain. Memang lain.
Right by.
Try to make sure that Aurora is pressured before we fight.
And suddenly we're on the other side of the map.
Oh, there it is. Raging Sandstorm with the Glorious Pathway there too. A penalty zone will be able to lock down MP. Demon Kite to take him out again. Lord cleared up and 1 down for Twisted. Aurora is trying to get control of the game.
Now this is a back and forth.
This is a great game 3.
We haven't had back and forth games today.
Kena paku kudanya.
As much.
In a
while.
Yeah, actually, I like what we're seeing here from Aurora. They're definitely not afraid to commit, especially with Light. I think the calls that Light are making.
Kalau dia nak sumbang si Albert, dia kena buang sikit biasa.
MP King's second consecutive death. Definitely not.
Tak ada istilah lawan tank tak beli Bennett tu. No such thing.
Pretty much full items already anyway.
Yeah, the gold for him at least is not really going to matter. It's just that he probably still needs a bit more to complete that one Fury Hammer.
Oh yeah,
he's
Fury
still
Hammer,
building.
Right.
Or if ever he does want to swap it out with something else, because we are approaching the 15 or the late game.
Yep.
Actually, I think it's
We're
one of the few times we actually got to reach this point in the game.
We've had rather quick games today. This one could be dragged out around the 20-minute mark. I know we got Lord coming up here in about 20 seconds.
Rodenya finally.
Pretty much had all the rain he wanted to throughout this point of the game until now. He's been shut down and died twice.
Hari lah saya tahu. Oracle lah ke dia buat winter tak?
We'll see if Twisted decides to go ahead and
buat Oracle ke dia buat winter? Macam pelik kalau buat Oracle lah item. Message juga rasa winter.
Something that can be utilized into this fight, this dance for the Lord. Look at the positioning that twist is going to come from. They're actually going to blitz this down. Some of the information already given. They know they're all at the mid. This is going to be a quick
Brother.
They're going
No way that just happened though.
Manusia Winter.
Dapat 3. Oh, nice blazing. Lagi. Gila babe. Kau ni end bodoh ni. What the fuck?
Healy.
What the fuck? Brother!
Apa jadi?
What the fuck? Dah dapat download je. Hari reality kan? Tak nak cantik lah Terry ni. Terry Alti 4. Ke Hari tak main? Dia kalau macam ni mesti sebab DPS main ni. Hari tak main kot. Oh, hari ni buat flicker.
Anjay, Aurora
lepas tu
drop
dia win.
lagi.
Aduh. Engkau punya apa orang cakap? Engkau punya harapan negara.
Lagi dumeng.
Kau punya harapan negara.
Hello.
Sepanjang team fight. Okay. Throughout the entire team fight. Okay. Tiba-tiba nak lawan ni. Bro kena stun sekali. Bro winter. Macam mana harapan dunia bro. Harapan negaranya cosplay Uranus ya sepanjang team fight. Berat. Hai, The Gale nak bawa juga. Flicker tak ada bawa Purify. Dia boleh je, tapi cara main jadi lain lah. Kalau tak nak bawa Purify ni. Kena ada makro sikit lah. Ya, aku nak tengok team fight dekat top ni.
Harapan menjadi layu.
Habis Victor team dah mati je bodoh. Itulah pasal. It's always the DPS though. It's always the DPS. Kau nampak? It's always the DPS. Aku boleh cakap kau sebanyak pengalaman aku VAR team fight ni kan. Kalau team fight tu kalah, dia macam ni. Team fight tu, team fight tu tak sepatutnya kalah. Tapi tiba-tiba kalah. It's always the DPS. Most of the time is DPS. Kau tengok. Ni kalau dia buat apa Abi? Kat belakang ni. Kat belakang. Step putus. Tapi kali bagi. Okay. Tapi kali bagi. Kau punya damage utama tak step putus. Lepas tu tak nak lawan pun. Balik. Tapi problem masa ni dah call lah kot. Kabur kan. Kabur. Berat.
Cari monyet dia kot. Di saat memerlukan damage, bro menjadi dingin.
Terbuat benda tu, terbuat mistake tu di salah tempat, di salah waktu jadilah yang macam tadi man. Tersalah tempat, salah waktu jadilah macam gini. Pening kepala pening. Pening kepala pening. Pening. Sekejap, tengok sekejap. Standing. Oh ni ke sebabnya? Tak ada apa pun. Tak, sebab sekarang 3, 4, 5 tak ada je sangat. Kena menang je. Tapi kena menang je. Tak ada tim PS season ni kot. Tak boleh ni. Tak boleh. Even TNC ni pun bukan apa. Macam boleh je naik balik. Dorang punya gap tu especially season ni lah. Especially is not macam crazy far macam ID ataupun My punya top table dengan bottom table. Dia pergi dengan Falcon je kuat.
Omega tu
tak juga. Kalau kau tanya aku PS season ni, aku rasa semua kuat. Maybe ya, tapi yang selevel apa yang macam berani sebut macam SRG dengan Oni ID, ni. Rora pun boleh, Brand pun boleh. Dengan Brand juga. But all in all, yang lain yang tim yang tak disebut tu pun tak adalah macam jauh lah 10 planet. Jauh lah, tak juga lah. All in all, sedap je lah semua. Sebab tu playoff PH ni best. Season lepas je lah mengecewakan sebab tak sampai expectation. Tiba-tiba dekat playoff tak sama dengan regular season. Tiba-tiba lain. Okay, next kita nak tengok TNC Omega.
The better both lane.
What were the better goals?
Because like the
Season
Harris
15 seru.
Talking about immediate.
Harley first pick terus.
Play
Ni.
of PH.
He was waiting for it.
he suddenly stood up.
Yeah, I felt that. It's to play.
Rasa lama tak nampak EV.
Now, for one thing's for sure.
Ya, Hylos untuk lawan
Because Glue's
Harley
oppressive.
sedap-sedap.
Very different.
Sidya, maybe.
Ooh.
Standing up.
Kufra, bhai.
Right? No way.
Kufra, bhai. Glue HP, wow.
Got it. We got it.
Bruno.
Okay.
Ni pun antara yang
67%, I swear.
underrated tapi sekarang dah mula nampak banyak so bagus lah Bruno. Sekarang ni Roger.
Now, so
Roger,
he really
au.
needs this win to,
Fighter
check
ah.
it out. We
Bruno
have
dengan
also
Kari.
spider emblems.
He's so aggressive
He
in his
wants to.
emblems.
Yeah, he is. He's looking to win that gold lane.
Look at him. I mean, you get why he extends so far into the lane. You also have Chaknu just covering for you. So let's see how it goes.
Yep, very high. Lifo going over the TNC.
Uh-oh.
Okay, 3 Mar has to flicker out of that. Ryzen flying back in. Won't actually find a kill just yet, but yeah, they just exchanging blows here.
Yep. So whole lot of action looking like it's gonna happen there. Up in that first. Oh, never mind. Whoa.
Gila lah. Boleh keluar ke? Nice try. Itu lagi satu benda yang macam perubahan sikit.
And that's why you
Semenjak
get
patch
right
yang
into
Monton
the fanny.
update Monton update timing buff keluar lambat sikit first buff.
Yeah.
Dan nampak yang sekarang ni bukan setiap rotationnya every time rushing clear hutan lah. Ada juga buat yang macam Omega buat tadi tu. Macam kau baru ambil satu buff, lepas tu kau macam either kau perang kat Little ke ataupun kau terus masuk hutan enemy ke kacau mid ke. Kau tak rushing sangat lah nak clear kau punya jungle. Macam nak try gang awal lah gitulah. So macam tadi cuba kan, lepas tu tak dapat.
And it's such a high win
Tapi
rate.
attempt yang apa, perubahan early game punya rotation yang baru juga.
So TNC has a very minor lead, very minor control right now, but Netsky is pretty dominant in this lane, at least for now, against Benny Cutie. You'll have the buffs being focused by both junglers, and then they'll go for these the turtle take.
Yeah, Ryzen's trying to rush this as much as he can because obviously there's going to be a lot more time to get bought here.
Oh,
Eh?
whoa, whoa.
Ay!
Whoa!
That was
Ay!
Ay! But might just get punished through the real world manipulation here, already using his revitalize as well.
Oh man, TNC just that was all sloppy. I mean, they should probably just.
Berat.
I'm not sure if they really
Teknik
want to
apa
commit
tu
to it.
Rino?
Omega knows
Teknik
this, they'll go ahead
ancaman.
and take their time. So a bit of a reset happening here. Zyda's
Teknik
actually going to
ancaman.
turtle though. So Chaknu just now hitting that level 4.
All right.
Bruno boleh join
Finds
turut
James
second
using the
turn.
one on him, Tyrant's revenge, but then Ryzen trying to go for Zyda, unsuccessful in finding a target. Now
Oh, dia ulti je dah telu. Dia menyirap, tak ada orang hit bodoh.
Very smart for Chaknu to go for the knockdown.
Tak ada orang hit,
His
man.
rage actually just went
Bro,
online.
ulti
He
je
used it
terus,
to
bodoh
beat.
fed up bodoh.
He was trying to focus as much of his aggression on the Ryzen. It just so happened that Ryzen just was able
Pergi
to
reset
find
Yetu
that
lah.
small window where the ball is in the ground,
Yeah.
or sorry, in the air, and then he was
Boleh
able
hammer,
to basically cut out of it.
Arlotnya.
Yeah, it was also it came down to just being able to utilize that retribution too. So
Half claw first item Bruno.
even across
Tak ada
the
kasut.
board, though, TNC with that early first blood that did go in the hands of Chaknu. Right now too, you're gonna have to keep an eye on the gold lane, how that plays out. you know, how fast Netsky scales up, because again, this is a Bruno, as we know, we saw so much back even in
Underbet baik Kufra.
when Bruno really popped off.
Gila
You know, he just needs maybe 2 items at most to really start to feel that damage.
Tapi
Not only
cooldown
that, but he's
passive
also
Kufra
just
sekarang memang rendah
such
gila
a
lah.
bruiser in terms of taking down the turrets if he needs to, and he's going to be well protected. So Netsky also running with the Purify will definitely be relying on that positioning, but then this damage that Bruno packs here.
Yeah, and the damage is just going to be going up and up, especially now that no one's actually ganking on bottom side for like the past how many minutes. So Netsky should be pretty happy with that. Again, they don't need to win each and every fight, but if Netsky's alive, they're good.
Okay, could Changno get punished here? Might not be the case. Spread by 3 more, but inside Horizons actually after. Worldy
Oh,
and
nice
the
LTV.
manipulation used onto him.
Ah! No way, bro. No way.
Now Changno with the tyrant
No
to the
way,
advance,
bro.
able to
No
beat
way.
the damage is not
No
enough
way
to
that
win.
happened. No way.
Held on to the Revitalize, seeing his jungler at literally 1 HP. That's
No
discipline
way.
right
What the
there.
fuck?
Trust. Yeah. What an amazing... Literally 1 HP, I think.
Yes weh sebab tu bukan
Literally.
Rino.
So that's pretty amazing, and I
Aduh.
think we're seeing here Omega starting to feel more
Macam
comfortable
Fanny
with
aku
what
naik
they're
season je.
drafting. This doesn't feel like they have a good grasp
Kasih ya.
of
First
when
item.
they need to
Fanny.
start off. Don't forget, Big Game James is also just a big win condition that might be underlooked here if you're TNC.
Yeah, look at his positioning right now too. In position, Ryzen is just doing
No
his
interested
thing.
Fanny juga.
That macro should just be a turret.
Not
Just
interested.
over to TNC though, so
Lima halat.
we've seen this happen before. They'll trade it. Turret
Macam apa?
push for the turtle doesn't go down just yet, but Ryzen will also go ahead and take some resources from the jungle as well.
On the other side, is also, but don't forget, Benny
Bogil
is
pergi
also
kerja bro.
Kau tanya
Chill.
kau AFK.
on
Kau
this
faham?
turret.
Oh! Ah!
Tyrant's rage on the
Aduh,
members of
kenapa
Omega,
Eevee tak trade
Also,
me
but
dulu
don't forget,
bro?
Benny is also definitely undisturbed here.
Oh, dah trade me lah. Sedih macam tak masuk.
Tyrant's rage onto multiple members of Smart Omega, but they counter with the final slash, and now it's James.
Sebab review ke? Sebab
He's
review.
looking to get away. There goes the grab. He uses it onto Perxiva, but they can't just seem to find a kill. Omega, they're all still alive.
Oh, 3 more.
Wah,
But
bijak.
he's gonna get dragged back to his death. Mingwen
Match
will
lain
pick up
boleh ke
that.
angkat glue tu patah balik?
Wow.
Hah?
Wow, even with that great setup, man, it's just
Boleh ke?
wasn't
Boleh ke?
enough.
Tak boleh bro.
Netsky is sharp,
Dah flicker man.
contributing a
Dah
majority
flicker.
of the damage. And I'm surprised at how early that's actually happening. But obviously it's
Memang
all up to
bodoh.
that
Aku dah
juggling
cakap
as
dia
well.
memang hero
James,
bodoh.
he has
Okay.
made some
Change ball
pretty
tak
risky
silap
plays,
aku.
but that one was so scary.
KG,
Basically,
terima kasih. Thank you for the support.
went
Yeah.
into the real world. He was fearless in that last one, so that's why they actually didn't go down.
Yeah, great
Tak, dia
coverage
punya
here, too.
menyampah dengan Zuzi ni dah datang balik macam masa ingat masa baru release. Masa baru release kan lagi bodoh hero nya kan.
Deadly magic.
Lepas tu di nerf dah kurang sikit. Di adjust balik, buff balik lalas.
This is what I was saying, you know.
Lalas okay sure dia tak sama lah.
To pretty much a
Macam dulu kan masa baru release tapi dia punya output sama je. Sama je lah dok buat orang baran.
Ryzen's Fanny
Yeah.
Sama
really
aja.
carries a sword, carries a sledgehammer,
Yeah.
takes out those turrets.
And it's great. You need to adapt on the fly because you know that there's a Kufra when there's a team fight. So you might want to avoid that
True. Why force it?
for now.
Okay, picks up a Malefic Roar. Again, he can pretty much pick up one of these targets and burst someone down. with
Masih
the blade
annoying
also.
yang second skill tak ada
Okay,
CD.
they'll spawn out
Good
Ryzen.
job. He says, "Hey, you haven't been going to my ball." I guess that's how.
Masalahnya macam mana dah ditambah CD pun annoying enggak? Tak ke bodoh? Kan?
Alright, last turtle. Omega
Bodoh
got
tu.
control of it. They'll secure it very quickly.
Sebab lama gak dia punya
So,
cooldown sekarang 4
turtles
second
in
ke
favor of
kan?
Omega, they find themselves 2,500 gold up as well.
Tapi
This time,
sama je
Netsky,
siap.
all this time has pretty much built up to where this power
So,
smart
dia
spike
jawapan dia
starts to
buang
come
je
into
hero
play.
je.
He's got his hostile as a
Ha,
berserker spirit, so
senang.
that's what I was talking about. You
Shift,
already see some
delete.
damage that he's able to do.
Done.
The fight is going to break out. They are just
Selesai.
in their own version of let's stay together and take what we
Main
can
bodoh
from the
Harley
jungle
ni.
of TNC.
Yep. And literally now you're seeing it. They're taking away what they can, forcing out the real world from Lancia already. I guess in a way
What
denying
happened to
entry,
TNC,
but
man?
Omega are still gonna try and go for it.
What
Still
happened
Zylas gets
to
it
TNC?
Also forcing a flicker out of Fremar. You know those small things, those small movements
They add up.
Omega is doing.
Lepas
they're
pistol
really
full
adding
damage
up
bro ni.
here.
Kan ni.
so they'll play the map. They're really protecting Netski. And he'll start to knock down his tier 2 turret in the bottom lane.
Tak, dorang tak boleh nak poking si high loss ni. Sebab DPS-nya EV carry. So dah harlock kanan, cuak bodoh dia. Hebat. Tapi tak boleh panjat tu, ni panjat kau mati dulu. Baik tak panjat je.
Well, again, while all that's happening, Ryzen
gets the shield.
Pecah oleh DPS.
Oh,
Cosplay Jilong pula Fedinya.
This is why we've been saying that repeatedly for TNC. They're so hyper-focused on where the rest of Smart Omega is that I don't know who's going to be that guy to.
Tak Harit, kenapa tolerable lagi? Kau perlu buat satu benda je nak lawan dia. Kite dia punya ulti saja. Okey, maknanya kau dah berjaya kite ulti dia, lepas tu kau memang boleh bantai. Susah ha, tapi at least satu je kau kena buat. Kau kena buat satu benda yang susah, yang berat. Zujin buang ulti sama je, function je. Dia punya Pukiwa skill 2 tu hidup je lagi. So jawapan. Jawapan bet. Kalau bet kuras. Betul lah, diorang memang allergic ni ya. Memang allergic dominan lah.
Yeah, at least now he's not that far. I think he's at most 500 or 600 gold behind Netski.
Probably.
So he's still able to, I think, especially now that they have just so much more resources coming their way. But it seems like Omega have found a target. It's going to be 3 more bursted down first. That's going to be a kill for
Nice
Mingwin
try.
right before this objective. Perxiva
Nice
only
try.
okay.
Gila-gila Omega.
Kill sama tapi si champion struggle.
Nice try lagi Harley. Kena knock out dengan Lot. Murung bang. Buah habis terus beli keruk. Mepek saya Zujin. Gila-gila.
Can I just say that was very indecisive here of TNC. I saw Benny close by. I saw Lancey close by.
Yeah.
They basically left Shaq Nu out to dry in that last one.
Yeah.
I don't know how the comms broke down on that one.
I hate to say it, man, but TNC is playing game 1 pretty sloppy. From just throughout this game, it just doesn't seem like they're connected on what they want to do. Some of the decision making that you're seeing them make across the map, but even in these team fights, it's just not there. And right now, Smart Omega knocking on the base turrets. Check.
Takkan saya tak highlight.
I don't think that's the target you want.
Tak boleh bro.
What if the tank is heroes for Smart Omega? Now there goes the real world from Lancey. They get to
Tak boleh
Perxiva
bro.
from in under the turret, and Benny Cutie picks up a kill.
Okay.
Tapi highlight mati kau.
Doing it now.
So kira je.
He just needs to find that ISO.
Kira.
Person down. Main Bruno.
Bro salah nampak goal difference score.
He just looks for an off angle and
Makan
enters
kuda
towards
pula.
that back line of TNC. He's going to shred through someone on this Fanny. So they are still in full control, and they're going to take this purple buff from Zyna.
This reminds you so much of the days where Kufra just got completely
chill.
countered out by an Arlot or a Ruby. Because all you need is just that brief crowd control that negates
Demi sesuap.
the entire
Demi
idea of
sesuap red buff.
Kufra when they try to go in for an attempt. And
Tengah
you
miskin bro.
just provide that
Red
follow-up
buff kunci 5
protection
pun
because
kunci
you know
5
that
lah man.
Kufra would have or find it difficult to get out
Miskin.
of whichever position he's put himself in. So I think that's what we're seeing right now for
Nets
Smart
kat Mai ke
Omega. There's
PH.
an
Aku
Arlot,
tak ingat dah
there's
tu
a
performance
Jusin.
Nets kat Mai.
So there's just
Lama sangat je.
one stun you could use as Perxiva on
Anything
the high
will
loss.
do.
That's
Anything
pretty
will
much
do,
enough,
man.
so you could get discouraged to go for the
Demi
follow-up.
sesuap Jet.
Sama-sama
So
naik.
basically, if you're thinking about
Demi
what TNC
sesuap
do here,
Jet.
Benny Cutie's got to be that guy. We've already seen a preview of his damage. He's got it. I think when he get fully locked in, 3 mark.
They're surrounding him. Okay, he finds the stacks, gets to use the grab, but even the flicker has to survive.
Bila
Ryzen
kau
not gonna go
sampai
and
a
seize the
point yang
downfall.
kau tak payah respect glue
But
kan.
still, that's a battle spell.
Biasa kita tengok dalam meta sekarang nampak glue orang lari daripada glue kan. Ini glue-nya diburu. Okay? Dia apa? Diburu.
3-Mart had to burn the flicker, so Wind of Nature for Benny Cutie to have some of that sustainability, some of that survivability.
Dia naik nyawa dia lagi
against
sikit
Ryzen
menang slow.
especially. They'll pull out the Lord here. They're going to actually go ahead and just take a
Hilo
ton of
tadi aku rasa dia
attention
ulti sedikit
from
awal lah.
TNC. Meanwhile, Ryzen's working
Eh,
on the base.
patutlah dia ulti. Patutlah.
No way, right? No way
Cepatlah dia ulti. Aduh.
It's so hard to check what Ryzen's doing because again, you
Member
have
dia
4
dengan
Peppers
ni
or
pula.
maybe a
Oh, ni.
Monk
Dah sampai.
Now they're trying to burst down the lore,
Datang
but
ke
Ryzen
reti je.
just in time. Kanzite actually
Oi,
contends
keluar
three
baru.
more. Another non-jungle
Tapi
secures it, but
dapat
Chong
3,
doing the
tambah
farmhouse
4.
and using the Tyrant's
Pukulannya
range.
tapi
The damage is not gonna be enough.
lagi Gari patah bahu Gari. Oh, patah.
Takes him
Itulah
down.
sebabnya kena pick high loss, bro.
With that Mingguin. And
Itu sebabnya,
Zidane-
bro.
Zidane's all alone.
Berdebuk.
Luckily though, they are
Menang.
gonna be the ones who actually secure that Lord. I gotta say, my
Menang.
eyes are
Nasib
blinded by
baiklah.
eyes. I
Ui,
saw
dia nak
the
end, bro.
retributions both
Nak
went
end, bro.
down, and then a second later, the Lord died. So
And
they
they end it.
were both super early, but looks like that won't even matter.
It's only Zyda.
They do
Ui,
not
sakit.
care. It's
Tak boleh
Nepsi
clear, bro. Nice
locking
try.
on the base. And Smart Omega.
Nice try.
Minute game. It's a high loss you're up against too, so you might want that.
Harley first pick. Banyak betul Harley first pick. Dari tadi je.
I would pick in this matchup, but
Di ujung.
How
Dah tak nampak geng.
except obviously Harriet. But
Geng, dah tak
Harriet's
nampak
also
ya Songseng.
stable,
Ya
but
Songseng golin guys
Sweep for Smart Omega. Already here at that match point in the series. It could
Mana
go
pergi
either
ya
way.
Songseng golin?
Of,
Bukan ke ya Songseng golin? Hero golin yang terhebat di masa ini.
where the Suyo can go ahead and scale up really quickly.
Where are you dog?
Have a glue to go ahead and
Where are you? Where are you?
point. And the potential of the snowball there is early on. I mean,
The
he was
real
in
pick
lane
tak ada
with
reasoning.
advantage.
The real pick tak ada reasoning ikut-ikut orang. Itu ada.
Nanti kau juga yang tanding nanti.
Combo
Kau tahu.
to be actually quite aggressive in the mid lane, but with a high low.
Okay.
To be able to do that.
yeah, the first
Tengok
the
orang
first
pick nak pick
anticipate
juga. Itulah dia.
Zushin can you saw it, right? You saw how
Dah 2
impressive
minggu
it
kan ni.
is. But they do have a
Dah 2
really
minggu
strong
dah hilang.
active
Bagus.
Quick
rotation.
rotate.
Oh, top side.
Pum.
Okay, that's a
Pang,
stun
pang,
on
pang.
James, and James cannot
Never
get
get
out
bored
of
dah
that.
tengok
Not
Suyu
with
punya
a
skill 2.
Petrify. I'll let you
Pshup.
wrong.
Pang, pang, pang.
Still didn't use it though. It's just having to accept your fate.
They literally just strutted up there, man. Like they had all the time in the world, just made their way to XP lane. Boom. Kill
But
all
aku
day.
still stand by. Aku rasa Songseng golin ni lepas dah tengok boleh work Tapi bawa Purify
Maybe even Percy.
Aku rasa boleh Aku rasa boleh
That's just getting bursted
Bawa
down.
Purify, Rom, bodyguard satu.
Also
Rom bodyguard tu
forces
macam high loss kan.
Great start for
Maybe
TNC.
boleh lah.
Exactly why the lineup rating was
Sebab tak boleh
favoring
deny
them.
lah. Damage
The
dia
strength
memang
they
meledak
have
weh.
with this, early composition. So
Even ketuk
Smart
tank pun.
Omega
Lepas tu
already
kiting pun sedap kan.
back foot
Tapi perlu
already
Purify lah kalau nak
to
main
the
golin.
mark. Find themselves to
Supaya
deal
boleh
with
bagi poking
Zyda
damage.
scaling up.
Kalau jungle apa? Jungle kalau kau nak ambil role finisher only is okay lagi. Acceptable. Tapi kalau golin nak jadi finisher only ay berat lah men. Berat lah.
For the second time
Mati.
around, can they actually take down Perks? They do.
Ada tak gerak?
He's not even able to get his level 4. Just
High loss
and
move.
now it's TNC all over the turtle.
Bro sebenarnya rindu
James
YSS
might not
Gold
even
tapi
use
tak nak
Black
admit
Dragon
tu.
form in this moment.
Yeah, there's not much that Perks can actually do there. I can
Rindu nak tengok
understand
Ye
what
Songseng.
he's doing.
Tapi
Again,
kena buat
without
Purify lah.
Revitalize,
Tak buat
there's
Purify
so
aku rasa
much
memang tak boleh. Hari tu ada tu.
more
Sekejap.
firepower.
Tak silap aku
That
satu
was
ke
just
dua
the
player.
problem here, right?
Dia buat Purify.
They don't have crowd control that
Tapi tak sempat,
much,
tak dapat tengok
but
lah.
when you crowd control it,
Tak
your
dapat
target's
tengok
already dead.
max potentialnya.
Gonna fight for the purple. Perks isn't level 4, and that's the biggest problem on being a high lows with this kind of composition across from you.
Turun.
There's a Black Dragon
Boing.
form from James though, uses the Petrify, and it's gonna be 3 Mar. Targeted down. Ryzen finally picks up the kill, but the trade is gonna be Perksiva. Gets knocked up here by Ladzy on the juice in. James doing a great job at serving as the front though. And at least Omega might just still get their hands on their purple buff.
Mahal
They're
belum.
trying to go in, but that's about it.
Oh, I don't know if they're gonna look.
Asal
for
Halo ni
Ryzen
struggle eh?
potentially wants to make a play, but yeah, this is the thing, man. That's what I'm
Struggling,
saying. Perks wasn't level 4. And being on a high lows with a revitalize and
Dia saja
literally
nak
all
buat
you
high
do
lows
is
nampak
draw
buruk, oh.
around. Like you can't get away with the glorious pathway when you don't have it, right? So now he's finally level 4. So we should see a different decision or at least place.
Barat. Monton patut buat Barat punya ulti tak boleh puri. Aku percaya je aku. Confirm naik punya.
He died 3 times in 3 minutes.
Which is crazy and understandably
Tak boleh
so
puri, tak boleh
because of
puri.
a Jushin and having Chaknu on the glue. You can't
Boleh puri lepas ludah. Lepas ludah.
you know?
Tak.
Buat jadi
Tak boleh puri masa tengah kunyah je.
Speed up,
Masa tengah kunyah.
which he didn't have.
Yeah, he has
Maknanya kau kena bagi Barat tu ludah kalau. Tapi lepas ludah boleh puri kita.
So aside from that, you're basically just gonna be able to be
Suppress. Swallow.
Player. You can be just caught by Chakno, what they're trying to do right here.
Sakit.
And Zyda's just relentless. I love how Zyda's
Kena ni apa panggil? Kena ngomol. Apa panggil?
At least now he's able to go ahead and
Kalau kau tengah kemam kat mulut.
Mobility wise, you can see him. He's actually behind in terms of goal.
Dikunyah.
It's just the way he's moving around.
Sedang dikunyah.
Perceive a drop in the glorious pathway.
Ui.
Studio, like we've seen so much, mobility wise, you can see him. He's actually behind in terms of gold, but it's just the way he's moving around the team. Perceive a drop in the glorious pathway.
This is such an annoying glue, but Perceiva decides to fight right now. There goes the glorious pathway already. The petrify coming from James using the blackjack.
Macam lama sangat ah.
Somewhat have control over the turtle pit.
Macam lama sangat ah Suyu. Dia cuak dua dengan Harley ni aku rasa. Dia cuak dengan Harley. Pam. Tak tembus ya. Macam mana satu damage pun tak masuk I don't understand loh. Kenapa macam gitu damage-nya? Full hits ya? Sebab shield turtle.
Geli.
Shield turtle. Shield turtle. Habis betul comel loh masalah. Retri merah. Ada retri merah dah guna dekat turtle. Dia buat dia punya duration tu kejap je. She turtle.
But then again, when you think about it, there's just so much.
Tak masalah tak ada goal difference pun tadi. Tapi damage tak tembus macam tengah kalah duit.
You don't actually dodge it. You absorb all of it. Those card tricks, yeah, like
macam Claudette aku faham lah lagi. Maybe probably sebab tak ada life bin lagi tadi. So Shield Turtle campur dia punya life steal. Sebab Golden sekarang bawa Emblem Fighter memang bodoh saya early game ni. Yang punya naik.
It's not like you have a glowing wand yet. That's just pure raw damage based off of the Genius Wand.
What?
You see?
You see that? That was crazy.
What in the burst?
Bro buat item setengah-setengah lah. Dia beli full hammer, lepas tu dia beli bow. Lepas tu nak baru skip biasa. Terpencet. Terpencet. Anti strike punya bow.
You see how much the Genius Wand stacks, especially when your jungler, the one who's controlling it, is very relentless. You know, the stacks just keep refreshing and refreshing, so you're permanently minus 30, minus 40 magic resistance, which actually does add up. You're absolutely right. That's a very good observation.
Especially in this early portion of the game, you know, at this point. But so TNC has found themselves with their flames doused that they had built up in the early game, and Smart Omega has gotten control of things. Now, meanwhile, you have to go ahead and look at how the gold lane's been going, which has been pretty much just like it has been for every series so far. Like, let them just go ahead and farm
Zyda
up,
ni
but
macam
you see
calon-calon
TNC,
pergi mai atau
he's been way
KH
more
next season.
proactive because that's one thing the Cloud
Bagus tu. Tak ada sedap sebelum ni. Pelik je abal. Season ni macam sedikit normal je. Tak adalah teruk sangat ke apa. Tapi dia patut meriang punya level je. Maybe kena guna tu lah. Kena guna formula pergi mai. Pergi transfer main dengan MPLMYS. Lepas tu patah balik. Baru boleh. Lagi sikit Arley. Oi. Oh, lah Jong. Oi. Macam you Jong aku siap. What the fuck was that? What the fuck was that? Ramai-ramai pula kat situ. Oh, sedapnya. Sedapnya bang. Poing. Poing. Lazat. Ay, lazat. All that only to lose team fight. No? No way. No.
Pasif Yuzong pun confirm Rino lupa.
Bro.
Big
What do you mean?
game, James. What a petrify setup there on this huge.
Look at this replay right here.
They got separated, and Smart Omega runs away with that team fight.
Yeah, and Smart Omega feels like they are draining on resources. They're draining the resources of TNC right now. Just making it harder and harder for Zyda to make actually anything happen. Again, another victim.
Kasih akan strike right, Jong.
Being the choice right here, they're using the grab. There's a final battle for free bar, but they cannot convert it into a kill. It's James. All they need is James, and Benny Cutie couldn't handle the damage from Ryzen.
Benny got blown up.
Yeah, I think exactly what Nice said is happening here. Everyone just feels the more that you get stacked up on by these cards, the more that you're really squishier. And that's what's happening. The longer the team fight's going, the faster the burst comes in.
Yeah, man, and like the burst, even more so now with the Divine Glaive locked in for Ryzen.
Aduh, naga dengan kuda. Sebab jungle bukan Liomot.
Green light to go ahead and start this
Kalau jungle Liomot, golnya Roger.
I'd be surprised if TNC wants anything to do.
Boleh jadi Zoo.
First one.
Mid lane apa? Mid lane datang. Apa mid lane datang?
Because not only is the magic damage
Dia bagi full set Zoo terus.
for TNC, is pretty much there too. He doesn't have the Trinity locked in just yet, but
Aduh, Nana tak cukup binatang. Dia kena betul-betul binatang liar.
Alright. We're still
Macam Zah je.
not quite falling, but I gotta say just not
Zah.
2 games in a row. I'm saying this, Zyda just not as
Letak Zah kat tu, betul-betul tu. Binatang e-sport.
It's going to be up in 15, but I don't know.
Zah sekalian weh.
Binatang kat tu.
This is almost a guaranteed Lord for Smart Omega, and there you have it. All it took was a single...
Perks? They want to force a fight?
What? They actually still want to go for the fight. TNC, they do not want Omega...
Tak sampai gulu-gulu.
But it's Netski! Have it. All it
Tak
took
sampai
was a
lah
single...
gulu-gulu.
Perks? They want to force a fight?
What? They actually still want to go for the fight. TNC, they do not want Omega to get that
Dong
Lord
miskin lah,
freely, but it's
Apa mati juga baik. 2 ulti Harley. Sial lah, men.
from the back lines. It gets cancelled
Oh,
by
targeting.
that
Oh,
point.
macam Harley aku semalam,
Able to do a
siap.
lot of damage.
Eh.
Now Jackno's also isolated all
Waduh,
alone
Patrick.
in the
Mingo has a
territory
final slash.
of Smart Omega. He's not gonna be able to get back.
I think, okay, he doesn't. He gets away. He's got a final slash, but man, I'm still kind of flabbergasted there. TNC
Asyik
wanted
claim
to
je hari
fight
ni.
I get what you're saying.
Tak, sebab
right?
banyak sangat gameplay yang mirip
But if we
dengan
actually do a replay,
aku main rank. So,
Ryzen waited for a perfect moment. You know what, there's a
kalau
comment
nak tunggu
that,
viewer mention, viewer ego kan.
he waited the perfect
Korang kan
moment.
memang ego
Look
sikit
for Benny
nak
versus
akui.
him,
So
that was deadly
akui lah sendiri yang
I
macam
wish
tu
we
lah.
could replay that because that was so difficult,
Okay.
but he pulled it off.
Mantap.
And right now, at least, you know, these
Mantap.
holy defense shields are going to keep TNC in
Arik
the
Winter apa kena-mena dengan aku je.
So it looks like Smart Omega's not going to
Tak ada kaitan, man.
They decide to go ahead and go for a fight. They're pretty much
Tak
locked
ada
into winning it. You got
kaitan.
the Trinity already for Netsky now as he locked in his DHS, Golden Staff, and Corrosive Sight.
Tidak
Working on his
sepakat.
defense item, depending on what he wants to go ahead and take here, but man, I don't know. TNC in a very tough spot at this point. They might even force a fight around a purple buff. TNC is
Dapatkan
willing to
klip
go ahead and take
Lancelo,
it.
baru lay claim yang lain.
Yeah, they probably won't.
They probably will.
This is in what they call the Hunger Games
The
already
Hunger
beginning
Games.
for Smart Omega.
Hero
Not
kuning buat apa, bro?
allowing them to get a hold of their very own resources. It's tough. It's just a 5k gold lead that we're currently looking at, but at the same time, even when you want to rely on execution, TNC, whenever it does come to a point where they have to be really well coordinated, you just don't see it happening. It's either one of them gets isolated so far away in an attempt to actually zone out the other members of Smart Omega, which in a way actually works, but you don't get essentially
dah Winter.
the goal
MM?
is. You don't win the
Pandai on the way.
entirety of the team fight, and you don't get the objective you actually started that fight for.
TLPH yang macam kurang season ni.
Is like you mentioned here.
TLPH lah.
No way for them to walk out, and it feels like it's such a small lead, 5,000.
Yeah.
But we have to
Lock
remember
ah,
where
lock ah.
we started with TNC in the lead here, by quite an amount too.
They control the early game.
So it's actually a really big spike.
And it's funny because like the problem is it's been mostly the magic damage, the magic duo. that
Sama
we're
lah.
seeing, you know,
SRG pun sama
Imagine
tak?
2 Persiva, he was like 0 and
SRG
3
pun
under
nampak
the-
down season ni.
under the 3-minute mark, but man has
Dah
been
tahu
just a
squad
complete
PH pergi
turnaround. Holy
Gengarino.
Crystal for Ryzen, so you're looking at just
SRG
massive
nampak
damage,
nampak
He's
tak
5-0 and
tak
5,
international
brother, but
ready
he's
lah
got
season
a
ni.
winner crown too, so he can
Playoff
just
pun mungkin tak lepas.
jump on into the chaos, pop that winner crown with the Blazing Duet, and be fine. So
Yang kalah
TNC,
sekali itu
they
ke?
have almost too many problems to deal with. Even with this Holy Crystal, Being locked in.
SRT 2.0 bukan.
Problem number 1, it's Zaida and Lancy.
Saya tak cakap apa-apa ah.
Serang jujur.
Saya tak cakap apa, saya tak cakap apa-apa.
Being locked in. Oh, they're going for Zaida.
That's problem number 1, it's Zaida and Lancy. But only getting caught. The Black Dragon form catches
Tak payah nak greedy bro.
Lancy and 3 more
Saya nak greedy bro, kau tengok hijaunya.
That's problem number
Okay.
1, it's Zaida
Tengah
and
kali.
Lancy.
Satu kill pun selesai.
Black Dragon form.
Selesai. Petri satu je bro. Tak ada nampak pun body language nak pergi ke Suyu sekali. Okay, hidup jangan tamak. Hidup jangan tamak. Hidup ni bersederhana, okay?
Yeah, losing Mingguin there is just a small consolation prize. TNC just have no...
Lord. He's waiting throughout the series right now as just every
perfect catch on Netsky.
Yujong
And
untuk
if you try
setelkan
to fight
hero
against it,
lampu.
you actually might just get caught out. So honestly, if you ask that question,
Patutlah
it
Onyx
will
charm down
take
season
not
ni.
just one, but probably 2 big blunders for Omega
Berapa
for
game
them to
lagi
come
tinggal?
back.
Oh, I don't know if that's gonna happen. Black Dragon
Dua
will
match.
use mid turret's gonna fall. TNC now on this.
Kalau ni
defense.
Omega
Does it
menang
look to
dan
be a
tinggal
sweep
match
here?
hari Ahad.
Oh, the Petrify was used on Lancy. They want to take down Lancy first, but they still had the Crimson Beacon, so he's gonna be okay. No deadly magic available as well.
Takut
for
kena
Lancy.
libas je.
Not able to find a target, but that will be enough for
Takut
TNC
kena
to
libas
defend
ke?
this.
Still got a wave in mid. Top turret, mid turret went down. Smart Omega might just take the discipline round as they don't have that bottom wave pushing in just yet. So right now, 8,000 behind one base turret.
Mahu ke bang? Mahu
And I
ke
don't
bang?
know if you have the firepower to deal with what Omega's throwing at TNC.
Mahu ke bang?
Yeah, it's an excellent defense though.
Rindu
They have
ah
a
baju
strategy
gantung
where
kat
if they
belakang.
don't actually
Sabar.
walk out
Aku
of the base,
aku
they're
tengah
fine.
order,
Just
baru
because
order baju BTR.
for Omega, even for 8K
Sabar.
ahead, and you walk
Mahal
away from
bangsat.
the beacon,
Macam mana baju BTR lagi mahal daripada RRQ
already has
ah?
a pretty healthy amount of items anyway. You will
RRQ 140, 130 dah boleh dapat.
and Omega cannot
BTR
battle through with a
200.
complete 5-man
Oh,
unit,
fuck.
considering Chapnu can kind of assimilate most
10
of the damage
planet,
if he goes for
bye.
the first. So
Yeah.
you can't just willy-nilly
Bruh.
end this. And of course, yes, it's gonna go
Naik harga
down
nak
to
bayar
the
chibi.
next Lord. Maybe the next 2 lords.
Berat.
I think
Berat abangku berat.
Almost double edge. Yeah.
which is to find that perfect final slash that can eventually lead to a punish for Smart Omega.
Kuncil.
It's like,
Oh,
It's
tak
a
ada.
big ask
I
though.
was gonna say it's almost double-edged sword though, because it's like even if you get the final perfect slash or the perfect final slash,
Tengok keluar dia blazing.
are
Blazing
you
winter.
actually
Pulau hitam ni.
gonna be able to
Terus hati
use
pun nak
it?
laju dulu ni.
They're trying to blitz the
Macam
wall.
salah abang.
Here comes
Bincang hari
James.
ada ni.
Run in.
What the
That was the Zaman Force already used by
Yeah.
Benny Cutie.
Oh,
What is that
Rogue
call, bro?
is right there.
And now Omega
Matilah ni
are
bang.
just willing to fight back. It's Lancy who he actually finds. No!
What
Are you
was the idea lah?
It's a big
Kenapa
ask.
dia call ulti hari ni?
It's almost double-edged sword though, because it's
Ke dia ingat Omega tak ada guys
get
tu?
the final perfect slash or the perfect.
Mungkin dia ingat Omega tak ada guys situ. Tapi dia dah show dah tu. Dia ingat part of Omega punya team dekat atas tengah nak cuba split tu.
No Lord
Tapi kau dah nampak
Lancey.
3 je kan?
Because it's like
Kau dah nampak Yujong, kau dah nampak Harley, kau nampak Claude
you
dekat
get
mid.
the final perfect slash.
Tak ada bukan tu kat atas?
Perfect final slash.
Oh,
you
terus ulti
actually
tu.
gonna be able to use it? Oh, they're trying to blitz
Dia
the
bayang dia
Lord.
boleh
Looks
burst
like
ke apa?
James.
They run in.
That was the Zaman Force already used by
Yeah.
Benny Cutie.
Oh, Ryzen's going for Benny. Ryzen
I
is
don't
right
understand,
there.
man.
And now Omega are just willing to fight back. It's
Anomaly.
Lancy who he actually finds. No!
Yang ni tak nak claim tak nak tu sebab tak sama.
From TNC and you're
Tak sama aku punya Harik.
But even then, right?
Aku punya Harik set yang tahan last minute.
There's just no way
Lepas
around
tu
it.
minute.
That was a complete
Oh.
disconnect.
They got this Lord here.
Tapi bukan yang winter tadi tu lah.
See if they end
Yang winter tadi tak nak.
Ryzen finds Zaida, uses the deadly magic on
Dapat
him.
tiga.
Chapnu brought back and he might just actually find a target here. There goes the final slash. They actually find Netsky, but Netsky just
Okay.
uses the winter crown. And then Omega
Okay guys, sedap Omega. Sedap.
allow a game 3.
Tapi macam masih tak nampak dia punya
Harith
dia punya
Rindu
wow
buka
factor
kedai
masih tak
pasti
nampak,
ni,
masih
boy.
tak nampak. Hari last. Okay, dia 3. Apa jadual? TLPH brand Falcon Aurora. Falcon Aurora, wanjas.
Well, but I think that when it comes to his mastery, it's more of
Aduh.
him choosing the Harith over the Claude.
Yeah.
But I feel like in this situation, why not take away the Claude?
And you have the Punisher.
Oh, dia first pick.
Hylos.
Walaupun tak ada Freya lagi. Dia tak ada Freya. Ingat tak ada. Hylos EV. We going old school loh.
That will also
We're going the classic. Ui, ini kod 66 hero. 66 hero luar nalar.
don't like this at all.
Immediately, okay? Immediately. Nice try, tak dapat suyu ah. Nice try. Kita kena tebak tau bila ni. Bila pangkas ni akan dapat suyu.
They don't know the jungle.
Ni ke tim yang tengah down.
Alice.
Memang takkan dapat suyu.
Okay, kita tengok ah.
Bad.
Ayo kita tengok ni.
Set as well.
As we finally
Ayo kita tengok.
into game number 1, it's so
Berada
far
Aulus.
Assassin Emblem.
Emblem MM ah.
It's Marksman Emblem.
Idol negeri ah.
Fail. That's right.
And the Season Hunter, so yeah. Okay. It's
We'll see.
MP the King, yeah.
I mean,
It makes sense if you want some attack speed, but
Dia lagi
Hero
benefit.
biasa je ya.
Daddy JP is getting in his
Lagi
face.
benefit
the reason why
apa?
I thought about the Kalea instead of the Cho is
Spell
because
them,
of the presence of the Hylos. I'm always partial.
Haji, kau ni
when it comes to
terlepas
this
lah
matchup. I always
Haji.
think that it's,
Kau
60%
terlepas
of the time
train ni,
better
Haji.
for the Hylos versus the Cho because it just
Season ni
just
aku memang
provide
nobar
a
ada di YT Haji
team.
daripada
They're
week 1
walking,
lagi.
ambulance with the
Kau pergi
Vitalist
channel
and
YT
the
aku, kau
Force
tekan
Pathway.
live punya
So
kategori
it's,
tu. So kau boleh tengok je balik.
It is like that, but compared to Kalea where
Terlepas.
you have two sets of stuns
Ayo yo.
between, Tidal Strike as well as the Tsunami Slam.
Kamu lah.
Yeah, what all JP
Mas
is
Rino
doing
dah
right
upgrade
now is
sekarang.
not necessarily going for Nova. It's just really
Upgrade,
scouting and checking
wow.
out where James Pass could potentially be, and this is really
Amazing.
interesting. Like I would not really think of an Aulus as a hero you just want to keep
Jangan tengok
annoying
live
in
kat
the
merah.
jungle.
Brother
for
ni
sure.
takkan layan
It's
komen.
not
Wait,
similar
what do you
to an
mean?
assassin that you could just easily keep going
Yeah.
for.
Yeah, he'll fight back.
Yeah.
So there are now, when season 16, there is just literally one fighter in the jungle role, which is Yi Sun Shin. Now we have Leomord, and now we have Guinevere. Now we have Aula. So there are
Nak
3 heroes now
satu-satu.
that has this kind of
Kau
role.
tengok je lah ikut hari. Tak satu-satu berat sikit abang. Tak susah pun nak cari. Kau tengok je lah jadual.
That's right.
Lepas tu kau ke depan ke je. Sebab sehari ada 2 match atau 3 match je. So dalam setiap satu live video tu kau tinggal nak cari 3 match je.
Gotta focus on this. Phantom Steed called in by Carl Teasy.
Really, how do you say it? It's a hero that's all over the place.
Oh,
But let's see how first turtle turns out.
gotta focus on this. Phantom Steed called in by Carl Teasy. Sanford jumping in. Infernal Pursuit on a 2. Carl Teasy secures. They pick off
Halus
Nova.
lagi busy ketuk blue buff.
Third airstrike from Sanji. They take down James. It's all for Carl Teasy.
Lagi busy ketuk blue buff bro.
Carl Teasy secures. They pick off Nova. And there's a
Mati ke
flip.
Barca. Aduh
Sanji.
berat.
They take
Padu
down
by
James.
tim yang tengah down.
It's all for Liquid.
Hai berat.
Sanford though, but it's still a worthy trade.
Okay, that's definitely a
Aduh ni tak
miscommunication
best lah.
for
Tak dapat
AP,
tengok
where
lah ni macam gaya-gaya ni kena snowball ni.
They're just so scattered. That's what I'm saying. Because okay, it could be
Dah.
Forces the flicker, finds a different angle. Can they stop
Sanji.
JP? He doesn't have a flicker.
Putus lah stack.
Over with the stun. In comes Kiel through the back.
Bro.
And Throne of Ruin.
Oh si baik kena je. Strugglingnya.
Now gleams through to the back. And
Woi
Jamie
tak
gets
tak
taken
kena
down.
hebat lah men.
Jimmy James finds him.
Okay, so we've equalized it
All that.
so far, but Carl just took
Kalau
over their
dapat
own
cua hutan tak kena tembak okey lah. Tapi ni hutan kena tembak so tak adalah buah sangat.
Is Ducati. James Banks.
Mati ya Allah.
And the Apex Predator takes down the man with a million moves. And today, bullying Shizo. Ult for ult. And Shizo is forced to retreat underneath his tier 1.
Yeah. James Banks
Tak
has
ada strike ah.
been a
Warat
bit too
first item.
active in the recent team fights. Not too sure if that's good for them because I don't think
Ayo
he's been
gerakan
able to
tombol merah.
farm as much as he wanted to.
I don't like what AP Brand is doing. They're so scattered. They're spreading themselves thin. And when they did commit on one hero, that's just JP. If in the English broadcast you say there's a Golem obsession, I think AP Brand has this JP obsession, which is gonna not gonna bid well for them.
Aulus di depan.
Wow.
1400.
Been more than 1,000 days since the last time we saw this.
3 tahun
And it's
lebih.
Ryzen.
Almost 4 years
Babi
ago.
masa tu aku
The
sekolah
fastest
menengah
yesterday
lagi doh.
has been 500 days
Masa
or
dorang first pick.
Okay,
Bila
so
Abra nak jadi
Last pick Aulus.
back then, well, I would say the strongest that Olis has been probably was the tail end of Season 8 and early stage of Season 9.
Diam je dulu. Kau layan je. Kau terima lepas tu kau move on je. Kau tak payah banyak-banyak bunyi.
So the idea is you
Kau ya je. Kau ya kau move on je. Okay?
to kind of enchant and
Kau kena bagi duit pun.
this hero.
Free je man.
And this time, AP Bren, they are now relying on the Glorious Pathway. So with all due fairness, there is a combo. There's something that I'm seeing here for AP Bren. They just have to coordinate.
Wait.
And this time, AP Bren, they are now relying on the Glorious Pathway. So with all due fairness, there is a combo. There's something that I'm seeing here for AP Bren. They just have to coordinate.
Banner Steed coming in, Carl Easy secures it once again, and they collapse. Throne of Ruin, plus reload manipulation. Sanford jumps on in, taking down James Banks. Sanji gets a double, Nova falls. Cody finds Aqua, and it's just the King left. 3v1. He won't be able to endure through this. In comes Sanji, and they find it with a
Season 9 waktu 2022 tak percaya Reno masih akan king.
is actually 5-0-1.
Oh, AP Bren is so messy.
Bukan masalahnya
I
tak
say this, and I
tak
hate to
faham kok.
say
Tak
really what
tak.
my thoughts are, but AP Bren are
MLM tu untuk apa men?
just making a mess.
It's not even a fun
Untuk apa men?
It's not a fun mess. And
Tak main sangat pun
they're
dua
just so
basic
scattered
attack
on the
dia.
map. They are not
Fighter Emblem 10 planet lebih sesuai yo. Sebab dia sama konsep macam ni, macam macam Liomo juga. Di mana hybrid lifesteal tu besar agak kau. Sebab basic attack pun kau main, spell pun kau main kan. So dekat situ je kau dapat sustain HP daripada dua-dua source attack kau.
JP smells some blood. Sees Aqua about a tenth of his health.
Masalahnya dah bawa Emblem Fighter, Warriors Queen pun spell vamp nampak tak nampak.
And even earlier during that recent
Lagi lah kalau tak bawa,
he
men.
just kept throwing out those basic attacks.
Kau
on
look
Nova.
30,
There's
well,
nothing
bro.
that AP Bren are actually able to do. Not unless Nova is able
What
to
do you mean
get
sial
in the
30? What
fight.
the fuck?
But KLVJ, you could say he could
What
be
the
in
fuck do you
race
mean
to
30?
start things up, but Liquor
Bro, kau
always
jangan
has
lebih-lebih tu.
starters every single time.
Jangan lebih-lebih.
AP Bren really needs to
Ada yang ke bulan je lagi. Aku tak pernah lagi ban orang sebab cakap aku nampak 30 tu.
so that they can actually counter with the plays.
Lebih-lebih ah.
He goes ahead, commits.
Kau jangan lebih-lebih.
Purple this time. He has so many charges.
30 sial. What the
Jizo
fuck?
picks up fight, and Sanji
30 in a
puts him
good
in the
day.
burn range, gets a shield off that dash. Opening up that push for Teddy, KLVJ, and James Pax.
Ingat dah 28.
JP barely misses, and here comes the fight breaking out. Cleaving
Agak
out
minum.
from James Pax.
Reno
hitting
pergi
no
McDo
one,
dapat diskaun
and
warga
here
emas
comes the
A.
40. JP looking to knock off Nova. The fight continues. A corner kill. The King has 4 members of the cavalry on him, and Teddy finds him in mid. Caught easy. Forcing Shizo to drop that Salmon Force. We're back to the dominance of the cavalry all throughout.
Oh wait, is he actually gonna go for this 1v3?
40! Jumping through 1v3, more shields, better airstrike!
Mati.
Sanford gets on out of
Mati.
here!
Mati.
Brigida goes wild! What?
Dah!
Flicker
Tak
from
boleh
JP
dia.
misses Jimmy James, but they instead find Aqua.
No.
No.
I really have to say it. AP Bren are just
Ila-ila.
straight up trolling right
They're
now.
still fighting! James Banks, Aulus charge forward. Leroy Jenkins! He finds JP!
Campbell Function
KLVJ
je
gets the
Aulus.
kill, but Kill is very low.
Game ni tak kira sangat lah sebab
Blazing duet, but Carl Easy was
build
too busy with the
emblem
choke.
dengan item tu questionable lagi tapi tetap lagi tapi dah kena snowball kan. So tak fair juga ah macam kita nak gunakan match ni sebab game ni sebagai good reference how loose boleh ke tak boleh. Sebab tadi terlalu awal pun dia tercedoknya first turtle kan. Dan terciduk tu pun bukan atas Aulus tak boleh buat benda ke apa. Itu lebih kepada fundamental problem. Tim tengah turtle, Aulusnya pergi blue buff, lepas tu lembab gila ketuk blue buff. Lepas tu dia kena gang, dia mati. So tu macam tak kena benda sangat pun dengan
By the
hero.
way, Sanji is angry. He's at 7-0-3.
Every single member of AP Bren at this point is just such an easy target for Liquid. They barely have to expend so much of their resources. And even in team fights wherein they use so much, they're still able to fight for the extended team fight. That's how ahead they are with this 10k gold lead.
It's a whale away. Doesn't even have time to flicker.
6K compared to 3.79,000. James Banks, okay.
Real world manipulation. Finds Shanji. Doesn't even have time to flicker away.
Okay.
And now they find one more. James Banks finds JP. and they drop the glorious pathway. Calling in, Butterfield, Count Easy. It's a whale away at KLVJ and Aqua.
Fasa dah kenapa?
Mati sial, what the fuck.
The GOAT is angry. The GOAT is mad. Sanji, why?
Wasn't Aqua at 30 or 40%
That's
HP?
That is just the GOAT diff.
Babi
I would
terus
say.
mati.
Wait,
Bodoh
RTC
masalahnya tu.
identified that he has
Benda
what, 3 items in the endless battle?
Kau tu kau tengok item.
Swarms and Fury,
Forex,
Free
Fury
Hammer.
Hammer,
Gets all
Endless.
damage
On the
for
way
all
apa?
damage.
Pistol, BOD.
And he has
Kau sekarang duk tengok pro player buat last item BOD. Babi dia mau ni.
3,400 on top of Aqua.
Yeehaw! Calling in that Ducati one more time. No way.
Yeehaw dah merebak ke? Pius
Are
baik.
slowing it down.
Yeah.
They'll just continue to play what they call the
Yeehaw!
and they play for the Lord.
AP Bren are the ones trying to slow it down. They got that shutdown on Sanji, which is why we probably see it not as big in terms of the gold lead just yet, but still doesn't change the fact that map control and everything else is in favor of Liquid.
And Teddy's just doing everything that he needs to do. Employee of the month moments. Not for Teddy. With the what, 10, was it 8-0 with the Claude?
8, no, about to be 9.
About to be
Kat
9, especially
MPLPH
if
tengok
Avery
gol
does
yang Chang
not
Shizo paling
wake
kurang
up
menyelam.
anytime soon. And even then, they will have to wait for their opening come the probably 18-minute mark where the gold has equalized.
Pistol.
At this moment, you can see how Kaltizi manhandled the members of AP Bread. It was
Oracle,
1v4.
obvious.
AP Bread looked like they were chasing
Radiant Justice
Kaltizi.
Oracle.
Kaltizi backed down for a bit and then realized, oh, I'm the GOAT, by the way. He turns around, takes down Aqua, and actually pushes and shoves AP Brent's members out. That was 1v4.
Yeah. I'm not sure how we feel about the
Menarik kan?
Aulus
Tak payah Worex.
when playing from
Memang fully
behind
nak
or
main
when talking
HP
about base
base
defense,
dengan
but I
shield
think we'll
passive.
see it now.
RWM from
Tak
Aqua.
apa, lagi sikit
Base
ketuk.
turret still
Tidak.
standing. RWM answered by a feathered airstrike. Caldi to take down the turret. Less firepower from AP. Brennan in comes Thordy. Cleaving axe used defensively. Shiza goes down. Base turret still.
Feel about the Aulus when playing from behind or when talking about base
Kenapa dia
defense, but
guna dia punya?
Members out. That was 1v4.
yeah. I'm not sure how we feel about
Oh,
the
memang dia dah tekan.
Aulus when playing from behind or when
Wah.
talking about base defense, but I think we'll see it now.
RWM from Aqua. Base turret still standing. RWM answered by a feathered airstrike. Caldi to take down the turret. Less firepower from AP. Brennan in comes Thordy. Cleaving axe used defensively. Shiza goes down. Teddy finds him.
Bodoh, kita tak dapat tengok pun. Bodoh Aulus ni main.
And there's still a minion. And finally AP Brent clears it. Not so
Tak
fast.
dapat tengok pun, man.
They still stand.
Okay, there's a minion down bottom. They'll get this base turret too, but there's a wave coming in mid.
And down bottom, they got to take care of that siege minion. Another fair airstrike. Carl Deasy goes to Ducati. James Banks takes down JP. KLVJ falls. The damage from Carl. And he gets shut down by Aqua.
Okay, they're not able to end it just yet. Nova still chasing for Sanji.
Order. Put down
Fly
on
clouds.
Kejar.
Sanji running away with the wings by wings
Boleh.
and the clouds
Eh,
in tow. And look at the base. Shizo versus Teddy. Teddy BMI's
jaga.
out.
Okay,
Oh,
look at
yeah,
this. Look at these two no dash heroes trying to chase down a Claude. But now 11 is history.
Okay, but how do we feel about Aulus and his defense though? Like when they're trying to go.
Now level 13 Aulus, maybe there is a way.
Oh, they find Kiel. No bush check. As Kiel gets picked off easily. JP with a kick
Lesap.
back. As Teddy takes the Lord.
Lesap dari kewujudan.
He's sweeping out. I think they've given their new member
Oh no.
the responsibility to take that objective. RWM here answered with his Amon Boy. Blazing the way by Bele. Tele, and they find
Seronok Barca.
Shizo claps back. Caldizi very low. Shizo got more shields.
Sedap Barca seorang-seorang kat belakang tu tak ada orang tengok.
And there goes Nova. It's a wipeout.
Okay.
One minion, Liquid.
You can support your Eve with this. I'm just scared about the Marcel. That matchup before I played Fredrin when there was a Marcel. And
Preventing Carl from getting Arrow through, but also it requires.
occasion here for TLVH.
Tujuh Harley. Freya, babi memang tak nak bagi pangkas main, bodoh.
Then like a
If you're AP Bren, I think you're more intense
Moskov.
versus stable one.
Moskov Fred.
But you don't want to go.
Obvious.
liable burst.
Yep. You
Roamer.
This is
Gatot
Exodia
Fred,
for
Mobius.
TLVH.
Yeah, it's only the gold laner that
Gatot
changed.
Fred
Or
Mobius.
changes.
Anjing, menang tak tahu Amin.
Of course.
They'll have plenty of help if ever it comes down to Liquid just trying to run them down. As we take a look at their emblems,
James Pak Hero
standard
Limited.
for majority of them except James Pax.
I like this. This is what I like. More and more in the past week, we've seen all across the board Marksman Emblem Leomord.
That's right. How about that tank emblem, Fredrin? I'm sure that is dearly missed.
Yeah, what is the alternative? Support emblem or common?
There was a common emblem, but I've seen fighter emblem Fredrins. Crazy ones.
There you go. So there's a slew. Oh, in comes JP. Caught up between three, and it's actually
Sampai belum
Look
bisa.
at the damage from Sanji. The hamster mage bites back.
Only
3 lawan 2 by the way.
can do this kind of gatot kacha.
Yeah.
Taunting 3 members of AP Bren,
He's so unbreakable.
he's so unbreakable.
By the way, that is Sanji's favorite moniker.
The Unbreakable? What?
No, the hamster mage.
Hamster mate.
It came from himself.
Why would you take the unbreakable?
Because you were saying Unbreakable. That's why do we have that moniker?
We can workshop
We can
it.
workshop that. JP can be the unbreakable.
He's already daddy.
He's already daddy. That's right. The unbreakable daddy. You mean?
Him and Joseph.
Joseph.
Okay, shoutouts to you.
Oh no, this is a masterclass for TLPH's Exodia, and with the Gatot Kacha coming up from TLPH, there's a lot of mastery. And look at this XP.
Here we go. Nova with the flicker engage, and they catch Sanji from underneath tier 1. They
Yeah,
get it
reset,
all
reset,
at the
reset.
same time.
Yeah, that was the
Reset,
that
reset,
was
reset.
the more successful attempt.
Dah, tak boleh musuh.
Nova.
I love it.
Retotal TLBH.
He ran through them, but it's too little too late as Liquid secures the turtle.
I really like that idea because they failed the first time.
Aduh.
Unfortunate combo. Could have been really worked there. Could have
LLL.
But what I do like is that
LLLLL.
especially that
Ah.
taking out an important hero, Sanji. They still did not make it to the turtle fight, and it's part of the keys to victory to win the first turtle fight against TLPH. But at least this time, James Banks is catching up when it comes to the gold. And that's actually leading by about 200.
So from mid to top, there is something we're seeing already in the first 3 minutes. AP Bren can win fights, no doubt, but it's going to take a lot of setup. Just like this. In comes Sheeta with a blazing duet early on. AOG denied. Daddy JP taken down. How's that for being unbreakable?
Oh, okay. Nova showing us how he did it the first week with this Marcel. And the idea is just to disrupt the backline. See, disrupted Sanji. Sanji was forced to flicker out because of the frozen moment from the passive of Nova.
Yeah.
And that actually isolated JP, the unbreakable, for AP Bren.
But that also we
Rasa
got to
aman
see
betul lo
how,
tengok
like,
game tak
they
ada
had enough
mina lampu.
damage for even JP. Like this burst damage you see from
Terasa
AP Bren,
terasa
it's
gamenya
already
adil loh.
enough for now.
I think this whole
Rasa Lane of Dawn
guerrilla warfare,
boleh
shock and awe,
dapatkan
tactics
keamanan.
already work for AP Bren for so long.
Yeah.
There has to be a time wherein they rely more on just
Mendapatkan
gotcha.
ketenteraman.
There has to be more
Oi.
than that. Sanji here with an RWM. Where'd that come from?
Where did that come from? It's
That's uncharacteristic.
uncharacteristic.
Awkward.
I mean, if that happens to me in ranked games, I'm gonna call it. I just did what Sanji did.
Yeah. Well, Aqua did it too.
Aqua did it too.
They both did it in the series.
Wish.
That's right.
Dua bar.
So yeah, Eve, RWMs are
Ada item dua bar.
unfortunately not as easy as it looks like.
Ke atas seketul
It's the second
series lah.
turtle for this game. There's only a very slight lead in the hands of Liquid, but AP Bren are looking ready for this fight.
Nova man-to-man defense on JP. In comes the Phantom Steed. I don't think there's enough time for Liquid to steal. James Banks secures. Golden Hour catches the goat. And they put so much damage on JP. He gets broken again.
Oh my god.
Yep. AP Bren, you did mention it might take a bit more setup for them to do these kinds of plays, but when they decide to just go all in, things happen so fast. And when we talked about them using the Golden R just to prevent Carl from getting to the objectives, we saw it happen right there.
Yeah. Oh, this is the tempo that we're looking for AP Bren, and you see the stark difference of their coordination from previous game to now this game?
Yeah.
It's night and day. AP Bren are now in a very good spot.
It's a run and gun from AP Bren that earned them this 1,000 gold lead. Aqua with a feathered airstrike, compromising Teddy, forces him to back off. JP might get caught once more. It was all just a screen for Shizo to get that first tier turret.
Yeah, it's good that he was able to cancel out the penalty zone, because I feel like they definitely would have committed on Teddy at that moment. But so far, it's also AP Bren still being the ones to convert from objectives to turrets, and the lead that was barely 100 or 500 earlier now ballooned to 1K.
And it's mainly because of the mid lane rotations. In fact, I would wager the 3 kills that AP Bren were able to get were off of that mid lane. Maybe the farthest that they went was the right bush in the mid lane, but it was just in this zone. And that is already enough for them to really control the river.
Yeah, it's always been here. And now it's also KLVJ being a bit more active. So far, the 3-man, 4-man rotations that we're seeing from AP Bren have been very successful. They always catch either 1 or 2 members of Liquid away from the rest of the team. But now it's also Liquid starting to group up. Could they actually find Shizo here? Does sense that JP's charging that Unbreakable, though.
I wonder why there is that first item Chastise Baldron coming out from JP. Even when Shizu's not a threat yet, I believe that they need to answer this Farsa first in the early stages, but we'll see how they will deal with this.
Again, easier said than done.
Yep.
Aqua has a Purify. Aqua can kind of just, even after the Feathered Airstrike gets cancelled, blast back on the retreat. Here comes the penalty zone. Answer with a Feathered Airstrike. James Black's running through. Sanji. As Sanji falls, JP finds some revenge. KLVJ falls. Tere and Carl decide that we're going to go for the purple first. Could this just be shenanigans? Skullduggery afoot as they seem to still want to assert themselves into the turtle. It gets reset.
Liquid might just be able to get back in here. They will see Sanji in a bit, but KLVJ already used his penalty zone at that moment. Sanji still has his ultimate.
Level 11 Jinx Max.
That's 4 members on him. Nova catches JP again.
lagi
JP gets to
sikit
retreat.
je.
LG. Turtle now at less than half health.
Tak dapat. Lawan dulu. Batu.
Finds one in the back line. Carl DZ falls, serving up a kill to James.
No way, Bren lose this. Gila. Keluar. Pam, tombak. Tak boleh pergi. Ui, pergi juga, man. Babi masuk dua flicker. Anjir. Gila-gila tadi.
Look at Shizo. He's been working on that bottom lane as well all the while this fight was
Gila-gila.
JP holding on, and
Lah.
he won't last underneath 3 members of AP Bren.
Orang baru nak comeback.
Definitely good stuff coming out from AP Bren.
Dia bagi trade balik pula.
Nova, I don't know if he intended to do it, but the way that he utilized
Tapi
the
2 mm tak ada, jauh
is
sangat je.
he forced that dash
Yang
out
jauh
coming
kat
out from
jungle
Proud Easy that eventually cut
Eh,
off
lain
their
semua duit dekat je,
retreats. It's like
jungle. Tapi
they're not really stunned,
tak adalah
but they
pelik
were
sangat
kept
sebab
in
Fred
place.
dengan
You
Leo
can see
Mod.
this ultimate turret. But AP Bren still got a kill afterwards onto JP,
Baru
and they
perasa
are
Bren
pushed
kopi
mid.
draft of satu stone
3,100
game.
gold for AP Bren.
Call it a zoning golden hour. They still got what they wanted it anyway, so technically, Nova didn't miss.
That's right.
Ada Marcel itu.
Once they did see Carl and Sanford actually come in, that was the immediate feathered airstrike too. They didn't really allow them to get any closer. It's like Carl is just struggling so much to get close to these objectives every single time. So far, they've only taken 1, and the next that's coming up is the Lord. But with this map control you're seeing in the hands of AP Bren, it's looking real good for them.
Really like the stuff we're seeing from AP Bren. It's gonna be the Lord soon. And you can see James Fax is level 14. And he's got a ton of level ahead of Mr. Carl TZ, the Fredrin man.
Full 3 levels.
3 levels.
Even with the whole Appraiser's Wrath Retry combo, you're short.
Nova just driving by the members of TLPH, scouting them out. Now the Lord dance.
Aqua holding onto that pixel brush. Kill VJ wailing away Nova. Man-to-man defense on the JP. Tracking shot. Finds Carl TZ. There's the golden hour. Feathered airstrike. A few blasts short. Carl TZ still alive.
Toxic.
JP putting up a wall, revitalized to save his team.
Toxic gameplay.
The Lord goes over to AP Bren.
They just can't get in.
They just can't get in.
Toxic
TLPH
gameplay.
notoriously good at stealing all
Reported.
those objectives. Carl TZ, with his hot hands on the retribution, won't miss even when he is down 1 or 2 levels compared to his opponent. But you know what Nova did is to take him away from the neutral objective with the golden hour. Of course, there is no chance for the GOAT to steal away the Lord. And now AP Bren are enjoying this 4,000 lead.
He can't even get close. That's the issue.
Yeah. Look at Nova. He just keeps doing that.
Whoa.
Oh, now the flicker from Sanford's also gone.
They weaponized 40's tracking shoulder tackle, and they forced him to use a flicker. That's 2 minutes that the Apex Predator can surprise you.
No flicker dark waves, no sudden engages that could come from him at least, because the AOG is a lot more predictable rather than that.
They delay the crash, and he will still punch into that turret down bottom, but Liquid take care of the Lord.
Aduh. Lambat tu. Dia jawab soalan tu awal stream ni. Pergi tengok replay.
Not taking away the green camps though, away from TLPH, so there will be some recovery for TLPH. But then again, James Mac against TLPH.
Yeah, and that's when you would probably feel the Eve struggle against this lineup, because then the Claude could be a lot more active in the team fights, and you know that
Nova yang hari Isnin Sastra Rabu pun akan ada kawai 3.
Oh, here we go. AP Brenner playing what the players like to call
Hunger Games.
The Hunger Games. That's it. They're choking.
Memang mulai sekarang asalkan Nova memang akan ada
There's a wave.
Akan ada dekat
They're
YT
not
kat.
really gonna force anything just yet. This is a much more disciplined version of AP Bren that we're seeing.
Yep. Between the eventually they are more than well equipped for that one.
But I'm looking at Liquid. How are they going to deal with this AP Bren strat of just not allowing entry at all? How do they find these angles? JP is already holding that one push behind the Lord, but look at Nova. He's just always keeping track of where Sanford and Carl is.
Yeah, Nova is key here. If Liquid can burst Nova, then suddenly they feel so much pressure alighted from them. But it looks like the Cavalry have a different plan. Look at this, Carl TZ has KLVJ on him. Lordier gets taken down by James Banks. They secure it.
Dah bro Terry ni 5k qualifier pun. Tu pun yang mostly dekat Leomot. Sorry. Oh, gila lagi. Keluar. Oh no bro. What the fuck man? How you lose that? Apa Lord? Terry pun zoning sorang-sorang tapi tak mati, which is huge plus. Mosko ulti. Gatot ni oh. Gatot ulti. Okay. Okay. Parsasi tak kena. Aku rasa Parsasi tak kena men. Oh yelah, Leomot tak ada kuda. Terizla mati. So Leomot ni kira tak wujud lah. So ada Parsa Claude dengan apa? Dengan Marcel je. Memang kalah saya hidup. Maybe the right call is tak patut lawan balik lah. Patut halal je lah si Terizla tu lepas dapat lot kan.
Moscow won.
Tak. Patut halal lah. Tak, bukan sebab kondisinya. Kalau nak pergi sekarang lah. Kalau betul-betul lah nak pergi lah. Maksudnya ni kena tabrak lah. Tak boleh ke belakang ni lah. Sebab Altilio pun dah nak habis. Sebab Marcel tak boleh buat apa. Marcel kan memang gitu-gitu je hero je. Terizla dah mati. Kanan boleh kata full resource lagi. Kalau nak pergi awal sikit lah. Maybe okay lah. Sebab lama lah juga sebenarnya kuda punya duration kan. Kalau kira lepas lot ni setengah lagi. Sempat lah juga. Kalau mau. Aku rasa diorang jadi ke belakang ni sebab ni. Kena Moskov punya ulti tu. Lepas tu Gatot follow up lagi ulti.
Leomot predict Moscow.
Tapi tu Gatot ulti tu nice juga lah. Nice lah. Ni Claude-nya dah cantik lah. Tapi tu lah tak kena Moskov kan. Tak ada tak boleh buat apa. Walaupun Moskov tu seorang-seorang. Marcel, Leomot tak ada ulti, Parsa tak boleh buat apa. Bodoh dia kan. Tapi Teddy step up terus pada week 1. Ya tak ya? Ya tu. Step up oh.
And it's just James Banks left. He's going to try for the hero play. He finds Sanji. Sanford with the figure back. Coming in. In comes Static.
Lagi. Kuda gila. Kuda gila. gila.
Challenge up against 5 members of TLPH.
Mati dengan Gatot ni.
4 gets the maniac.
Mati dengan Gatot ke?
Massive movements.
James 14 main
James Banks overstayed his welcome. Veteran moves from Daddy JP, putting James Banks in his place. Denies even the push.
Bro cakap tak suka gempak lama-lama.
Down, son.
Tak suka.
The daddy's here. JP, the
Tak suka. Dia cakap lepas minit ni aku kena burukkan nama aku, bro.
he brought the belt. It's like Bruce Willis. in the
Adrenalin, bro.
film.
Oh my goodness, I don't know how far
Kuda
behind.
mabuk.
Have handled
Kuda mabuk. Tapi okey lah, dapat inhibitor bawah dengan mid lane. Marcelnya pergi juga babi kau tengok. Tengok Marcel kat minimap. Tengok Marcel kat minimap. Meow, poing.
what wonders he did in the jungle AP Brain up top. Just because of that death, because it even resulted to a push in the bottom.
Yeah,
and in
tak
the
ada goal
mid
difference,
lane.
ha?
Yeah. So now Liquid are trying to position themselves. AP Bren, again and again, they're just capable of bursting this down if they wanted to. But does Liquid allow it this time?
Oh,
Kena
no,
abang.
he missed the move now.
Baik tak maret. Satu ya EV ya. Tutup EV, mantap. Lagi. Mas. Kena. Mau kah? Nice ulti tu Gatot. Nice one. Salah main. Aku kira TLPS bakal jadi problem season ni sebabkan golenya player ni, player baru. Ternyata tidak tu. Improve terus dan terus tu.
Oh, he's so far away though.
Tak, dia punya ni, dia punya. Kalau golden ni kita boleh ada satu label dekat player golden ni, kita boleh letak gendong potential. Bukan hero dia main. Player. Ada darah ni macam paling senang nak cakap macam innocent lah kan. Kan ada darah menggendong tu kan. Teddy ni dah mula nampak ah. Dia dah label apa darah menggendong tu dia ni ah yang jenis apa berani barbar. Berani buat kerja sendiri ah, tapi tu ah. Tapi tak mati ah. Kena ROI kena apa? ROI kena tinggi ah. Oh, at least positif. Kalau berani saja lepas tu mati tak ada faedah. Macam Ciku lah. Macam Ciku pun sama ke lah.
Trio mid health combine dengan side falcon lagi seram.
Teddy has a better gold gathered compared to Shizo. So expect him to juggle more in the next big Lord fight in about a minute and a half.
Yeah.
So despite it being, you know, a struggle for Carl, I think you check the cores. It's the cores who really matter here.
That's very true. Which means that in the next Lord fight, it will be a battle of who has a lot more resources. Like, are your battle spells ready for the team fight? Are you getting forced out by TLPH? Will you miss your golden hour?
Maybe Nova. Yeah.
Because there is a merit to stopping Sanji actually,
Evo.
so that when you go to the backlines as Shizu, you already have the Wind of Nature and the Purify, so the only way for you to actually die is because of Sanji. So yeah, there is that angle, but I feel like on top of Nova's list is to keep Kaltizi away from this Lord.
Yeah, still priority will be the Heractree holder. Let's see how they handle this. Carl already have Heractree.
Sanji has a great position though, holding that bush.
He has both buffs, what?
North of the Lord, yes. So it's clear that Liquid is still looking at Sanji as a core, despite being a battle mage in the Eve. Lord here at an 1/8 of its health. Gets that skill knock up onto the front line of AP Bren and it gets reset.
KLVJ getting poked.
Goli tu dah tak relevan dah. Semua apa core player dah memang dah full item minit 20.
TLPH smells this. They could
Beza
actually go for
tang
the
nak
fight.
salin item
So
je.
yeah, Terizla will not go out, will just regen up.
Okay. Oh, so he's still there, shows up in mid. Not sure if they have an idea where Teddy is also. Hasn't showed up just yet. Will do in a bit.
Oh my god. We're Lord dancing like it's 2022.
Yeah.
And now Nova finally crossed the threshold.
Tak kena. Oh no, miss.
Through the golden hour and here comes Kalti.
Oh no, bro.
Fusion win in the Lord bit. Shizo fires away at TLPH. And in comes James Banks.
Let's go. Dapat.
They get the kill.
Emo.
They find the immortality.
Mati.
James Banks finds one. Sanford falls as well. Liquid Liquid are retreating. Happy with the take. JP the only one left here
Tak
against
belok
AP
kat kanan lah.
Bren.
Boleh
An
NS ni boleh lah.
expensive
Boleh
win
sangat tu kalau dia
for
ada.
that Lord. Liquid hurts.
There was hesitation on whether or not they would go for the full retreat.
Lah, kan nak bagi jalan dulu.
Lord spawns. Liquid can still go.
Kenapa tak
for
bagi
this.
jalan dulu?
You can see why I don't like playing the Frederick.
Ui,
in
base
this
bodoh.
scenario. Top lane.
Wave tak sampai.
Okay, now they will get
Tadi kena balik lah.
But
Okay.
you can see when Cody
Alright,
starts to go
4
for
lawan
the
2.
dash, Nova stops
Nice,
it.
hati lah pada saat.
Liquid have to focus on
Tang,
the
tang, 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 tang. Wave,
She's
plate
the
lah
one
situ.
who's ready to win, and they're on the base.
Okay, kemas, kemas, kemas.
And the series.
Good macro by every brand.
What a start to.
Cantik, cantik.
Body language. They know that the Suya. I think they go Claude.
Sekejap, aku nak pergi toilet lagi. Tengok draft dia.
Yeah, there's no need to rush the jungle pick. You can go Leo Mord Red 3.
Yeah.
That's right. Or Claude Valentina is what I feel like.
Huh.
Claude Eve, Claude Valentina. And then they go Eve Hylos. No.
Suyu
So
kena
then game
rembat.
one was
Ya,
just
aku nak terkucil lah.
them trying things out.
Sebentar.
Go Claude Eve, please. So there's a Claude. And the Uranus. Okay, I accept the Uranus. I accept it. It's a flex pick. I don't want to see James Banks in it, but
I too accept Uranus.
okay.
But again, just not James Banks.
Okay.
But that's too crazy though, like from Red 1?
But I do feel like because eventually,
What is this, Odyssey of a Draft?
that's right. They have this tanky hero that can also frontline for the Claude. And also Claude, although eventually you'll get the Trinity, you don't want to keep on hitting the Uranus. You don't want to spend your time on the Uranus. So I really like this pick coming out from AP Brand. And now for TLPH, the way that you answer this is through raw damage. So you want to go for the carry, which answers the Claude as well as the Uranus.
Yeah.
A Teddy special. And then you still go Eve, I feel like. Or they go Valentina and Dot.
How about neither?
They don't show the sides. I think that's one of the things I was actually wondering about, because you see the Uranus and there are a lot of like decent heroes to go up against it in lane.
Yeah.
But then that'll be a bit too reactive of Liquid, because even if we don't want to see it, there's a chance it's flexed.
Yeah, I understand the Valentina, the Godot catch a high pick, maybe, maybe not, but that means that the carry will be denied. So now we're looking for the James Banks hero.
Oh, look at this heated
Leo Mord should be.
discussion. And
That's
it
the
is
Leo
the
Mord.
Leo Mord. That's the MVP Leo Mord.
Why they're jumping.
Midnight is overly happy about a Leo Mord pick.
I'm pretty sure that might not be about the Leo Mord anymore.
Okay.
It's something else that's put a smile on a friend's face.
What I do like about this Leo Mord is that it used to be a Suyu over Leo Mord thing, but now it's more even, especially if you have a supplementary hero with the Claude. You have a lot of dive for AP Bren, which means that your mage, if you're looking for a mage, it has to be like either long range or also hard dive. There's the carry band, which I feel like 100% was coming. You go higher for fifth band for AP Bren and you're set.
Yeah.
Shizu's gonna have a good time for sure.
Because at this point, I mean, the Moskov was there earlier, but you didn't really get to see Teddy play it as much.
Yeah.
And even the attempts to go for like split pushes weren't really there, because AP Bren were so good at forcing the fights.
There's a world wherein Liquid doesn't ban the
Suyu dia
Kalia,
tembak.
and AP Bren go Kalia Farsa.
Okay, batik.
Oh, okay.
And they just lock down that XP lane and then win everywhere else.
Okay, I can see that.
What's the
I would like to see Nova with a... You know, I started this... I even put in the keys to victory that it has to be like Nova's catch heroes, but I feel like Hilda might also be an option.
Yeah,
Which now puts a different kind of...
Okay,
idea
gameplay card tak ada bang.
for Nova, which is zoning Nova.
Batik, batik.
That's what we called on the English desk. I think that was Renmar, Hans, and I. We called it the Rage Bait Hilda.
The Rage Bait Hilda. Yeah.
Literally just look at me, look at me.
It's exactly what it does.
Yeah.
Look at
Right,
me,
you nailed it.
hit that ult on me. Flicker, revive. Okay, I'm back. You
And
want more?
it's not so different from what he was doing when he was on the Marcel.
That's right, that's right. So, not be surprised if that is the case.
RBH.
RBH.
But could Liquid also consider that though?
The
Like when
ban?
Hilda up against the Uranus
yeah.
in lane, and
sure.
just helping JP overall. Though that takes away like some additional setup potential
Yeah.
from Sanford.
In that scenario, you go Cho now if you are Nova. Okay, so Eve, good ban actually. Went out from TLPH.
So Hilda or
Buhat nga.
Hilda. I really like the Hilda here for AP Bren. There's a, okay, what else can they pick? Because they already revealed this Uranus as the XP. But you need some sort of stun. Maybe a Cho would be a good alternative here for AP Bren.
Nova.
Or the Kalea.
What else has he used in the past? Badang?
You know what? A Badang would be good.
Not against it.
I'm actually, you know, that's a great idea. Briggs.
There you go though.
Hilda. Alright. As expected, it's the RBH. So if you're TL, you don't have the carry. What else is your hero to melt Harry? Oh no, you don't go Arlet. Maybe you go Granger if you're TLPH.
How about the... Is the Bruno...
Bruno. Because it is the Claude with the ultimate. You are good in the early stages, but not in the mid to late game. So I think you're better off with the Granger. So at least you have a solidified early game.
Right, and you need more range.
You need more range for sure. Okay. Would they go for Nathan? I like that hero.
Nathan.
Yeah, but
no one used it yet.
What's that? Okay, like a Bruno. So that means you can go for like a Farsa.
Which was in the design anyways.
Okay, ayun sambong.
Okay. I love it.
So instead of the clean catch with the Kalea, it's the Rage Bait Hilda. And
make sure that this Arlet will be a menace.
By the pure.
Ay, koneng ah.
You can plan around it.
You would
Hindi
think
sa economy.
that's not a lot, but in game, that's enough for you to push a lane, enough for you
Bruno,
to
I'm the
stay
fighter.
camps, maybe even a Lord in the middle.
Okay. So far though, this matchup between these junglers have at least, or just one?
Oh my god! Sanji!
Yeah. As I was saying, just one loss each.
Good thing he's really good at pressing that regen button.
Yeah, he pressed the regen, and I think the Braves might proc at the right time. So he's like a surge of health.
Man, that's a skill I want to learn recently, how to pop your regen properly. Like, it can naturally be used for outplay. Only pros can do it properly, though.
Oh, JP catches a lot out of Nova. He pops his regen, too.
Okay. Oh, whoa, whoa.
Cal!
I doubt it.
Versus Sanford. Sanford comes in with a vengeance. Ionic Edges. One more could have been it, but again, the aforementioned regen game is on point.
He stopped off. Surely Sanford is a problem. Eventually, especially in the first turtle of the match, I feel like TLPH has a very strong turtle-taking crew.
Makai ko na yung kalahlen dengan alon.
Them going on to heroes.
Oh, James comes in through the back, forcing a flicker out of Teddy.
No flicker. Mas, gila-gila Bren. Gila-gila. Who is this team?
Man rotation immediately towards the top lane.
Who needs Huyu? Pakai sekap.
To commit retribution, which means that
Who needs Huyu?
oh no, it's not broken walls, it's not flying clouds. Leomord can actually reach it up because of that fast teleportation that he did.
Oh, Nova should be fine. And
Okay.
down bottom though, Sanford.
Macam mana Arlot boleh bunuh Uranus ah? Kau boleh bagi tahu aku.
How unfortunate, but
How, babi?
yes, the ending, and they somewhat
Wow.
equalize things by just a bit.
How?
Arlet winning over Uranus. That's a...
Make zero sense though.
Was there anything different about the
Is
emblems?
this a Master Assassin?
Yeah. Is it?
We have to see.
Okay.
We will recall.
Let me backtrack.
Okay.
Sebab
While
Arlet
that's
Sanford
happening,
caught.
I still stand behind the fact that TLPH has a better first turtle lineup. And the fact that they have delayed it for 3 minutes means that the fast jungling coming out from Kautizi will eventually outpace James Banks. In fact, Kautizi is level 6 right now. And James Banks is up top.
And instead, James Banks
Not
goes
interested
in
dengan
and
turtle tu, not
making
interested.
Teddy's game a
Dia
living
betul-betul
nightmare.
capitalize Bruno punya window tak ada flicker tu. Gila babi tu. Ay, shell lah man.
Okay. Okay, this is a bold statement, but I feel like this is a better trade for AP.
Dua kali pergi golden, dua kali successful. Mahal.
Against TLPH.
Mahal. Eh?
Aqua gets caught by JP's AOG, but
Oh, dia nak ni je. Finish the Valiant sebab dia rasa tak boleh keluar.
Yeah, the fact that they have taken out
Lah,
Teddy before the first cycle of cooldown for the flicker twice already, it kind of means that AP Bren has the better trade, because we were saying how the Bruno is good only in the early stages, but in the latter portions it won't be. Shizu practically skipped the part where it is Teddy who has the advantage. Now it's gonna be
Pangkas
pretty much
dengan
even for the
kelodeknya. Wow.
One of the biggest conditions for
Tapi tu lah, Bren tengah ada handicap ni dekat ESP lane ni.
Immediately negated here by AP Bren. So that definitely means something for them, at least in the EXP lane. If you take a look at the EXP lane though.
Yeah, EXP, I think Brigade has confirmed Sanford does not have Master Assassin. It's literally just a Festival of Blood and a Swift.
And the Fury Hammer.
And the Fury Hammer. I think maybe
Thrill.
Fury Hammer domi terus.
Hari tu Uranus ada guna Master Aska.
Menyigap dia.
So I guess it's just Sanford just
Menyigap dia dengan Irokoneng.
Compared to the Uranus of
Yeah, Fury Hammer I think was also a big key.
All right, for sure. Priority on the Fury Hammer.
Uranus Master Assassin tahu.
Hurt a lot in the early stages.
Yeah. Okay. See now. At least there's a side pick up for Carl, but they're looking at Kel VJ.
Dah tak kena.
Kel, rope-a-dope against 40 and Carl. Gets that final slash on him. He's cool as a cucumber. Does not panic to press that Purify.
If only that stun actually landed from Carl, but it's different now.
Oh, Nova.
2v1. Nova gets caught out. And again, just rage baiting Liquid. Causing them to get late into the turtle pit.
Oh, Leo hilang bodoh.
But Carl Easy takes him down. JP almost down. He survives.
Nice.
2 for none. The turtle.
Okay, that was definitely a positive trade for TLPH. Mostly because Teddy was in that fight. And also, there is that stack of the Sky Piercer for Carl TZ. Stack number 1. And now he's able to push up top. You can see like just one play coming out from TLPH meant that AP Bren has to back off so much that they
Piomoknya tak ada banyak sangat benda tadi. Dah lah tak dapat hit benda. Menadah segala-galanya je.
And it's different now. People or JP at least will be
sama dah duit golin.
Often than not shadowing or with Teddy. What did that just? Where did Aqua go down?
That just happened. I think that was a clean
Tisha.
pure amount of damage.
Dah.
Tail end of that final slash dodged by Shizo. He had to purify at least to not get hit, but great instincts.
Great instincts. Did clear the bottom lane, so it's gonna have a good time when it comes to the EXP. Now Teddy has more levels compared to Shizo, just between the turtle fight and the push that Teddy was able to get. Are now back in the game.
Oh, James Banks grabs that Phantom Steed. Nova man-to-man defense keeps
Macam
the beat
tu
on
je hilang
Sanji.
early game
In comes
momentum.
40. Still jumps on kill. So far, AP Bren, they gotta close the gap on this 1,000 gold lead.
Mana aku sabu tak kena. Arlo aku ulti libas tower pun tower bergerak kau tahu tak? Begitu sekali.
A bit more safe, although it hasn't been that great of a start for Teddy on this Bruno. And now they get to find Nova right before this objective. Let's see how they deal with it. KelVJ.
Hasklo berserker.
They're being very aggressive so far.
Just like that, Teddy is leading in terms of gold, and he eventually will take over because they now are poised to get the turtle. And then maybe a turtle down bottom lane. So TLPH are back on track when it comes to their schedule.
Sanford jumps on Shizo. Shizo takes the back end of that deal. Does not get hit by the final slash. James Banks calls in. Barbiel. Cardizi secures the turtle. Nova put down to the third. Force the flicker out. JP with the revitalize.
Oh,
kena. He finds Nova. But Nova gets on out of there. KelVJ gets popped here. JP finds him. AP Brenner scattered.
That was the Phantom Steed canceling the Fettered Airstrike.
That's right.
Oh,
now she's up. Yeah, defensive use of the Blazing Duet. Backs on out of there. And Carl Easy finds Aqua. They're not done. They want James Banks.
Aduh.
And Carl Easy gets a double. More stacks for the
Bugo.
Oh, Nova all alone. Are they gonna go for him? That's a Hilda.
Bugo.
Another stack for Carl. Come on.
Oh, and AP Bren are feeling the difficulty of this lineup when it comes to the stuns. They're not able to keep TLPH in check. Easy just farming, always getting something in every trade, and now gets a mega kill. 4 stacks on the Sky Piercer. Now up with the Hunter Strike and the War Axe. A 4,000 gold lead for TLPH.
Sia-sia je guys milimeter awal game.
They're back on track just
Wow.
because of that turtle fight. And AP Bren are now lost.
Yep.
Dia main
We
apa?
did
Main
say
9 je.
AP Bren had the
Biar je.
Fast jungling coming out from Kaltizi.
Yang turtle nombor 3 tadi.
40 and
Aku tak
Carl
faham.
gets that final slash on him.
Ni kan. Kenapa dia makan semua benda lah? Dia kata, oh. Dia macam dia mana Romo ASP tak ada tu. Dia menadah benda macam dia tak boleh mati tu. Bodoh sial. Macam 4K gold lead man. 4K gold lead. Hayya.
Carl!
Neutral objective. LVJ cannot front as easily. Farsa's ultimate is being cancelled constantly.
Oh no, they steal away the purple. James Banks is hungry. His Ducati
Goodbye.
has no gas. Lord spawns in the upper quarter. I think Liquid just won this through sheer mastery in the side lanes.
Yep.
AP Bren was expecting a dead
Shizo
lane in
punya
the XP,
position
but
habuk
TLPJ
juga
was
waktu
sweating
dua
from
nak
minute
turun.
one.
Yeah, Teddy just took on the role.
Tapi berat lagi
the
dekat
guy being constantly
pangkas lah
focused
tadi.
on.
Yeah.
But it's all
Bro,
worth it
kalau
now.
duit kau 50-50 minit 6 Turtle Parsa punya damage bro. Kalau kau kena makan full hit babi sakit sial.
Enough of a jump scare to keep
Oi.
pushback. Carl easy finds James, and now they're flying tail.
What was that? Ayo yo. What was that brother? What was that? Sekali lagi guys ah. Sekali lagi ah. Sekali lagi ah guys ah. Sekali lagi ah. What was that? Arlotnya. Dia dapat MS dekat red buff. Flicker dapat Leomod. Lepas tu Leomod Kopiori. Flicker skill 2. Tarik ke belakang. Anjas. Gila-gila. Woi, mimpi basah oh kalau main rank macam tu. Mimpi basah.
His sky piercer hunger.
Symphony ni orang panggil Symphony of Skill.
You would think that he was actually targeting the front
Macam
lines,
kau
but
ni kau tulis skrip,
was able to bypass
lepas
the
tu
wall in front of
tekan
him.
button execute, jalan exactly ikut skrip.
Slash Nova.
Nanti
Yeah.
Oh no.
They also use the worldie. Oh, there's a
Nak
Lord still
10
marching down
K.
bottom.
Tu lah
Before he
tiba-tiba
gets to
je.
arrive in the base, they're just taking out
Tiba-tiba,
so much
in
from
a
these
span
remaining
of what?
phases
3
of
minit?
AP Bren and Nova.
4 minit lah, 4 minit.
Slash Nova goes down. In comes Shizo. The front line gets decimated.
Lagi kuda, boleh bro, suyu tu. Suyu lah.
But they trade up for
Dia boleh.
AOG. KLVJ finds
Suci ni,
Sunny.
suci. Aku rasa dia patut pergi suyu lah tadi. Suyu tadi lebih lazat lah daripada Valentina ni. Tak, handicap benda kuning ni sebenarnya.
They do defend it. They
Handicap,
actually chip off
handicap.
some of the lead, giving a lot of
Walaupun
gold
tadi
to James
Turtle
Banks.
pangkas yang salah ha. Okay.
Shizo, BMI
Kuning ni lagi masalah bro.
Not sure this is worth it to protect your jungle. Purple, charge queller.
Dia nak. Sabar.
Nova and the rest of
Sabar.
AP Bren come back.
Did you see that arrow hitting
Sabar.
not only the purple buff but also Shizo
Yeah.
and Kaltizi? Even though you would think that Shizo is a good target to get a kill eventually, Kaltizi just was focused on getting that purple buff.
Yeah.
Hunger Games was his MO, and they're able to take away a lot of gold away again from James Banks.
Aslo, berteka melipikan. WON.
4,000 gold ahead Kaltizi is over his competition. No wonder his Quellers are, melting down the members of AP Bren.
Yeah.
He really likes Katniss Everdeen.
Yeah.
You cannot show up.
Bukan makhluk,
Either
lembaga,
Apple or Shizu
lembaga.
could not show up
Bo
in
nampak
front of Carl
nampak
when they're
buruk
low
sikit kan.
HP. What?
Is he an archer?
Lembaga kuning tak berkaki.
Telemark? Nah, he's more of a chameleon.
Memutar-mutarkan bola-bola kehidupan.
You know Peter Millark?
Peter Larkin don't know.
Is he a chameleon?
You would know. if you watch
Or red.
or read about it.
Okay, later.
Kau masalah kalau dia tak pergi belakang. Dia pergi belakang dia ada purify.
After this match, if ever
Dah ada
we
won.
do
Kejap
get to
lagi.
see or have time
Masalah
to
dia,
do
dia
so.
main tak ada ASP lane.
Okay.
And Carl Deasy reveals himself. Here comes the rest of AP Brand. It might have been a trap set.
Oi.
And they spring on a Sanji. And they
Nak
made
bawa Vanjin, bawa Vanjin.
Nampak buat momen camtak.
Kau tengok, bawa Vanjin.
Doesn't need to purify. Carl Deasy surges and severs.
I was sweating.
And just like that, we're back to reset.
Okay, Sanji had his own Ducati.
Chachi had the flicker for that, but they were safe, so that's what matters. But is this enough for AP Brit to actually fight? They're considering it. Shizu might get his hands on an orange buff, so that will give more damage to Shizu, who by the way has not died yet. But Karti's in the gang, they're just stacking up more gold in their pockets so that they can just outpower AP Brit.
Yeah, Teddy, you see him down bot. Will be able to join soon, but so far AP Bren are still showing up. They will be trying to take control of this objective, as JP definitely will be the guy to scout, but he gets kind of poked down here.
Nova has two on him. 40 and JP.
Cuak gua ada parsa ni.
Coming through. Played into web by Shizo. Then an airstrike coming through. Sanji gets taken out by Nova. Cleared out for a kill. Caldezi gets one. AOG. Shizo sidesteps. James Banks 2v1.
Tak boleh lari, bang.
Caldezi finds him. It's a double for the
Tak boleh lari, bang. Ui, dapat.
Final slash. There's up a kill. That's it.
Tengok orang buat apa game ni.
Definitely will be the guy,
Tengok orang buat apa.
but he gets kind of poked down here.
Nova has two on him. 40 and JP. James Banks coming through. Played into web by Shizo. Airstrike coming through. Sanji gets taken
Hansen
out
tu.
by Nova.
Hansen teruk kan.
Cleared out for a kill.
Kan,
Caldezi gets
best
one.
SP laner hero kan.
Shizo sidesteps. James Banks 2v1. Run. James run. Caldezi finds
Bro, baru minit 14 tu, terlalu awal. Dia hero ESP, hero ROM ni, dia memang ada. Dia memang start daripada minit 8, lot pertama tu keluar, okay. Dia memang akan graph impact dia memang akan either steady ataupun menurun sikit lah. Itu normal lah sebab yang graph dia akan naik adalah kau punya carry lah. Kau punya goal lane ke, jungle ke, kau punya mid ke kan. Tapi mostly goal lane lah. So semua orang memang akan menurun. Tapi hero kuning ni dia macam ini. Orang macam ini. Dia macam ini. Terlalu laju dia expired tu. Kau faham tak? Terlalu laju. Baru minit 14 dah useless, Chel. Minit 14 dah useless. Benda tu. Fuck Aurora.
6 out of the 10 games when we play.
Hear me out.
Okay.
Gengarino kepala otak kau.
We saw the
Jumbo mo.
Disrespect for Falcon.
Since yesterday they could
Valentina
pick up
first
the
pick.
Marcel,
Wow.
They did it.
but they never picked
Wow.
Okay.
Tak ada Zujin. Wow.
And then Marcel.
Thank you doh.
especially since
Tolonglah MPLMY dengan ID FOMO ban Zujin first phase Terima kasih. Bukan saja untuk keamanan tim dorang, untuk keamanan kita viewer juga.
It's a Valensora.
Haiki dah menyampah tu tengok Zujin ni. Boring sial.
Pushed it.
Walkout domain.
Hammered down by the Sora.
By Aurora.
The healing hero. He is pretty good here. for
Marcel.
Falcons.
better late than never.
Marcel?
Better late than never.
Yeah.
Untuk dinner apa? Sora?
Glue.
Gulu-gulu? Oh tu.
Okay.
We're back to
Of course, the Marcel eventually.
Slot.
I don't know. This is the first time we're seeing Marcel in Light's hands.
That's true. It's
Will have to sustain.
Annoying ke semak. Dia, bro, kenapa kau kena pilih? Dua-dua je, man.
Pretty standard actually.
Oh,
Support
emblem
for Light.
Masman.
They,
Moskop,
curious
semua
what
markah.
his choice of blessing is. Because there are teams that actually run favor on this Marcel.
I'm really curious to see what the dynamic between the Marcel and the Arlott will be though. Is it similar to like the Marcel Terizla we saw where like those brief stuns or something Edward eventually takes
you're
advantage of?
Oh God.
I would wager it is.
Memang
it does
kat
count
PH
as a
jerit-jerit kan?
stun, so that will allow you for more vengeance stacks. And the passive, of course, of Edward.
Yeah, look, these, yeah.
No, they are stunned, so yep, they will count. Actually, now makes sense.
Oh, here comes Demon Kite. Blast and Haji not having any of it.
Okay. So that's one. So when the team fights do happen,
Couldn't see it.
it's similar to what we used to see with the Akai Arlot, maybe, in a way.
So we get the answer. It's an early conceal.
It's an early conceal here for Light. Going for the rapid boots, obviously, with the Thunder Belt. That's a typical build.
Oh, how about again? Demon Kite comes in. Hits Ogwin with a
Dapat damage parsa ke
It's
tu?
an early conceal here for Light. Going for the rapid boots, obviously, with the Thunder Belt. That's a typical build.
Oh, how about again? Demon
Dapat.
Kite comes in. Hits Ogwin with a deadly magic, and he draws first blood.
Oh. Even had to pop the flicker out there. That means really good early game conversion here coming out from Demon Kite.
Yeah. Oh. So Aurora definitely with a much better start this time around. The kickoff, even if it's just on Ogwen, I think that sets the tempo, which is normally what gives way to Aurora winning the games faster because they have very low game time. But
Sinaril na atang ibang.
I don't think they'll let Aurora take the objective.
Nope. Falcons
Sinaril na atang ah.
take it even before Aurora can find their position.
Betul makan si Marcelli.
It's identifying that Demon Kite is playing on the left side of the field, especially because Demon Kite eventually showed himself into that mid lane to aid Yue in clearing that wave. So that's a lot of information given to Falcons. Immediately bursting down the turtle, equalizing the first blood that Aurora was able to get.
Yeah, so far if we take a look at everything that's happening across the board, it's just really Aurora utilizing this lineup that doesn't necessarily have to full commit, just to take whatever advantages they can across the map, because Falcons, maybe you could argue that it's a bit more team fight reliant. They'd want that all-out team fight to happen, whereas Aurora, using the Harley,
Ulti fase
using
boleh
this
combo dengan
Marcel
Marcelo.
even, could just go in and out with all those pickups, and so far it's really working out for them.
Divide and conquer. They're having such
Na
a great
ulti,
early
lepas
game.
ulti Marcel habis.
Domin got to pull a Domin Kite double.
Yeah. This will be really good for Aurora as the Demon Kite is 2.0. 1.8 compared to
Tapi tak ada lah efektif sangat. Lagi mantap. Combo dengan skill satu Barca.
Yeah. Gold star. The gold
Tapi
is
tu nak
gold
timing.
with the G.
Susah
So,
sikit lah.
Makes sense.
Thanks.
Okay. Oh, Slap is already here in mid, but it's gonna be a safer play for Aurora, not necessarily exposing themselves whatsoever. Not a successful start.
Oh!
Why?
Smackdown on a Domin Kite. He didn't see that coming. He got the flicker. Was his BMI on cooldown? How'd that happen?
Dia combo-combo macam gitu lah men. Yang kita nak tengok men. Okay, combo-combo yang bukan normal. Skill 1 Suyu Asmoscope Ulti. Very small window men. Skill 2 Moscope dinding keras.
Very often, but the fact that Domin Kite could not even react, and interestingly does not have the Purify on this claw.
Domain guna flicker, kenapa tak puri?
A much easier way for Falcons to take control of that next objective, and now it's approaching a 1k gold lead in their hands as Kyle too takes the Sky Piercer as early as 4 minutes into this game. So
Alongside a casual Fury Hammer.
alongside a casual Fury Hammer.
Whoop! Final slash from Edward. The answer, maybe 2 seconds too late for you. Up top though, how about it again? Domin Kite gets taken down.
Ui, not having a good day.
For the kill.
And it's not like
Not
Aurora
having
got
a good
any
day. Dah lah trio mid pun
on the
tengah struggle juga.
that kill
Golden
on
terciduk. Berat.
kill.
Cold-blooded murder.
Cold-blood murder. Now for Aurora, they do have their first items up.
Serupa
and,
macam
of course, this
tadi
Thunder
tadu.
Belt is going to be impactful. If Aurora does not play aggressively right now, even when they're trailing behind, they cannot find an opening anymore. So they will have
Mana
to
tim aku pun tengah struggling pun masalah.
both you as well as Light.
Oh my goodness, this top lane has been so stressful for Domin Kite. All rotations have been towards his lane.
Hate to be
You know what? It's been
domain
stressful for
kita
all
right
of them.
now.
That's true.
Oh no.
Because again, with
They call
Wolves,
for people.
with Wolves' demand for them to get aggressive
Yeah.
with sanding,
Yeah.
they also have to protect Domin Kite. So everyone is thinking, how do we save this Claude? How do we stop Falcons from pushing forward?
What do you do first?
It's difficult now. I think that the right idea is to give up that turret so that at least the lanes will be pushed against this Claude and allow for Doming to just farm quietly. But they still have to be active with Light as well as Yue. I feel like, especially the next turtle. Although they are not ahead whatsoever, Demon Kite has kept up when it comes to the level, so I don't think that it's impossible for them to actually team fight, even when they're down at 1.6k gold. They just have to be careful.
Yeah. Oh, that was a rapid boots pickup
Tengoklah
for
duit
you
baru 1.3
on
saya
this
beza.
Sparsa.
Minit 6 dah boleh 1.3 saya gol.
Right now.
Okay, let's level 11 now.
Berat ke bang? Berat.
So that's a level gap, a superior retribution. Super Marco pushing off map here. Edward playing man-to-man defense against Ogwin. That's a blazing duet from Dominikai. Closer to LBM. Golden Hour stopping him. Flap 2v1. Flap Thunderform survives, but just barely. As Edward finds him. Turtle still standing. Kyle takes out Edward. 1-for-1. EXP laners off the map.
The turtle gets reset, but it's Falcons who will
Aduh,
likely
salahnya
take
Moskow tak
this
ada
for
macam tu.
themselves. And
Moskow
it's
tu
not just
minyak
the
bro.
turtle that they took, it's even the bottom side of the map.
Berat.
A lot of farm for Super Marco. Dominikai had a little bit of gold over Super Marco because of the double lane shenanigans that Aurora were able to do, but because of the fact that this Super Marco Moscow has been able to push, look at that! It's already 1,000 gold ahead.
And change.
And change.
Huge.
In just a span of what, 2 minutes?
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Yes, now they have all their eyes. It's usually the Marcel who keeps showing up like this. But Falcons, it seems like they're covering all these rushes really well. It's not an easy
Harap
task for
Falcon
Light
dapat
based on what
GMSC
we're
antara
seeing
tim yang
for
minat.
now.
Again, 8 minutes in, the hero just seems to contradict Light's identity as a player. He wants to
Salahnya
take on
kena
the
pilih
high
doh
base,
dalam
provide
3 doh.
vision, and then find these weird angles. But no, Marcel is an
Sekarang ni
honest
OnlyPH,
roamer.
TLPH, Falcon lah. Macam mana? Dari dalam 3 tu je nak pilih dah berat. Belum fade in Aurora lagi.
Literally summed
Champion?
up what my qualms
M7?
are for this Marcel pickup coming up from Aurora. They didn't have
Berat lagi. Santai.
lot of problems.
Kembali dalam rancangan.
Whatever,
Bagi PH 4 slot MSC. Terima kasih. Terima kasih.
Maybe the Grok or the Cho or any setup hero that Light excels in, just because of the threat of that IMU. And even then, Aurora does not have the actual.
Bagi PH ni ke pergi join wildcard.
Boleh big pop dua lagi.
What a deterrent, that Valentina.
Pergi wildcard. Ah, okey kan.
Just because of that single
Dapatlah lagi satu extra slot.
in the hands of Haji too, which mind you, I think has been one of his best heroes so far in this season. I think it was Haji who introduced to us the entire idea of stealing the more unconventional ultimates.
But here's what's crazy.
Bagi wildcard lah.
Not a kill, not an
Bagi
assist for
tim-tim
Haji.
tier 2 test power.
Than the actual,
Kan baru tahu.
output, because look, he's been stealing better than-
International material ke tidak?
Aurora's just
Jumpa terus kan.
pushed back.
OnlyPH tak lepas.
Nanti extra slot match.
Tak lepas jalan biasa, pergi wildcard duduk kat grand final lah. Okay lah. Barulah sur. Sur.
It was already enough for Aurora to be put in the bad spot. It comes like a Marcel that is hiding. I don't like this at all, man.
ML ni memang untuk PH. Salah. ML ni untuk tim yang power.
Now it's a 5v2 here as Edward jumps in. Kyle gets rid
Oh,
of him.
any competitive game for that matter.
And already Aurora are down
Oh,
to
dapat.
man. In comes Flap.
Piung, 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 piung.
Skies and now Dominikai blazing the wet. Who are you fighting there? Now Light flickers back. Falcons
Tak
have
tak tahu men.
sent them back.
Marcel ni tak tahu.
Aurora
Tak tahu guys, tak tahu.
The idea was there from the Marcel and the
Tak tahu. Macam mana nak bawa je sebenar-benar ni.
And the reason why the Dominikai had to pop the ultimate, the blazing duet, preemptively was because there's a lot of threat to this Yunter. As Super Marco as well as Kyle will want to go for that backline play. And then eventually, what Haji was able to achieve was to copy the Golden Hour and put him up against Aurora.
even when Light already had that unique angle to work with.
Yeah.
They weren't really able to utilize this as much. There was the final slash, but Falcons were prepared. That ultimate that Haji stole.
I don't like what I'm seeing from Aurora. Nobody's talking right now. But then there are no shot calls.
Yeah.
There's no communications. To be fair, we asked for something new from Aurora, and what they gave us is something that it looks like they do not play as often.
Oh man, look, he's going the long way around.
Yeah.
This on a Cho, this on a Grok, this on a Kaja would be
Belakang pun
lethal,
dia nak
but
buat apa
You
tu?
want those Thunderbolt stacks and they're not.
Aurora ni
she's not
tengok mid
getting
tak
it.
dapat Kimi Cham.
Kalau
tak boleh
dia
main
musim
game
belakang
main
ni
nama
dia
Jangan
gatot, dia
nama
faham
ni.
lagi dia
Wanna
basel
try
tu.
it, go for something.
okay, there's a shifting skies coming in from
Eh?
Flap. They pick
Oh,
up
langgar.
Edward, in comes
Yung.
Light. Super Marco backing up.
Bom, 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 bom.
Kite finds Marco.
Tak ada level mana?
Blazing the way
Dia tak ada kat situ pun mati juga. Orang masuk kau.
Flap from retreating, but the damage is done. 1 for 1. The goal
Tak
winner
ada
for the
level tu.
Okay, it's clear.
Suku saat punya freeze je sial. That's it.
Super Marco.
Important one.
It's very important for Aurora.
That's
But
it.
they keep up the pressure. Falcons.
Babi kau punya.
And no. Kyle
Let's try.
refuses to die. Light gets
Hampir
taken
mati
down.
baby.
Oh, the life steal coming out from Kyle. It was enough. Unfortunately, because of so much penetration that you get coming out from this Assassin Emblem Suyu, 3 items ahead as well, meant that he was able to get his life back, and the deadly magic was a non-factor, especially because Light was
tengok kanan, tengok
just
kanan.
freely giving himself away.
Boom, boom. Dia flicker.
Flickers to reposition that
Tapi
Flickers
roboh kah?
strike will not stop Falcons from penetrating.
Ay, ay, ay.
That was a great angle coming out from Yue. Unfortunately, he wasn't punished, but he had to use his flicker for that one.
Yeah, still a battle spell down for Aurora. And we do have a bit more time before the next objective, but it's Hunger Games all over again.
Yeah.
With this 8k gold lead that's in their hands, you'd understand why they would want to.
You take
After that Lord take, they like with him.
Are they gonna go?
Ngontes babi.
a winter crown on this Claude. They were trying to go for the split push. It seems like they have a plan now.
Wait. Are they gonna go light? Woo.
Oh, massive shifting skies coming from Flap, and there's no getting out of this. After that Lord take, they like with him.
Oh man, a little too late. They had to decide. Do we just give it or do we just fight? You can go in between, and unfortunately because of that, Light had to give up his life.
Yeah. Still a single base turret stands. Down bot.
Macam memaksa je.
Flash on Ogwen, split
Macam
spin.
sial.
Not enough damage behind that wall.
Modal segi dua je elak semua benda tu. Kimak tu glue ni.
The Claude might want to take advantage of all these spreads.
Report!
The little longs.
But even then, does he have enough damage?
Has 4 items now. Not too
Ogwen with
shabby.
the conceal,
Dapat
another
tu
shifting
pasal ni.
skies.
Kamu
Compromising
main
you.
obvious sangat tu tu.
Longs.
But even
Woi, kamu tu.
Has 4 items now.
Full vision tu. Benda tu nak jadi tak react langsung siap. Come on man.
Claude might want to take advantage of all these spreads.
Aduh, lagi down ke Aurora? Lagi down ke? Lagi down ke?
Damage.
Udah takkan tak ada reaction tu. Ni ha, Sora ni babi terang benderang siap. 10 out of 10 dia flicker tu. 10 out of 10 man.
Conceal, another shifting skies. Compromising
Dia
you.
main-main tu. Dia nak gigi game 2 tu.
Let's get the freeze on of so many members
Free
of Falcons,
Cassidy.
even the Lord. But he's already
Hah?
made it
Mana
on.
sini?
Conceal another.
Of all these spreads.
Oh alah.
Long longs.
But even
Cool
then, does he have
down.
enough damage?
Has 4 items now.
Tentu dia tak boleh lah. Kalau cool down,
Might
dia
wanna
sendiri
take
tahu
advantage
cool down.
of
Dia tak
all
boleh macam
these
ni lah.
spreads.
Okay.
Little long longs.
But even then,
Yang
does
ni
he have
maybe
enough
okay lah ni.
damage?
Ni anak satuan. Okay. Lepas tu kena jalan lah. Sebab dia dah nampak dah orang kuncil. Lepas tu dia
baru
pergi
ada.
nak apa? Nak diri tegak lagi, nak baling lagi satu skill.
Skies. Compromising you. Light.
Less, I guess less bad but still bad lah.
Many members of Falcons, even the Lord. But
Less
he's
bad,
already
still
made it
bad.
all. Double kill for Kyle. And now the base up next.
Bro, dia level champion M7 man. Bukan level tim papan tengah tau.
Valiant Claude. Deserves that. What I'm curious about
Lama
is
tak
the
nampak.
Valiant
Kali Harley.
In as a Phobius and the Suyo, even though they take out some.
Terry je lah.
Falcons are on
Seronok tengok Terry lah.
to propose. Whoa! Here, Aurora.
Is the Valir.
Claude eh. Gatot.
And the Eve.
Gatot pun dah mula masuk balik kan?
Wow, the Louis just.
They pulled Kyrie back to.
It makes sense though.
It's okay.
It's just a very standard.
Dah du kepala otak kau bang. Ni bukan live bang. Nanti hari Jumaat dia. Sabar.
fourth
Ay,
pick
wow.
by Aurora.
Belum
Third
fighter
pick, Turisla already has the counters. Such a
Sumarku
very
bawa
good
MM.
for Falcons, obviously.
Tapi dua-dua okey lah.
They got
Bergantung
away
kau
with the
nak apa.
Cloud Eve. I
Nak
can't
more
imagine,
damage
like,
ke,
all the
nak
heroes that we
more
said that
sustain.
should be banned by Aurora,
Sustain HP.
they gave away for free.
Phase 1 picks.
Phase 1 picks.
Dua-dua valid.
And they got what they needed in Kalea as well as Turisla.
Tak tahan dadu. Sabar, man. Lagi 2 hari je hari Jumaat. You know. Sabar.
Not as successful.
Oh, you're right.
He's actually on a damaged jungler now.
It's such a tough task for Aurora this time to even just extend this series to a game number 3 if ever they wanted to. And if it doesn't happen, that'll mean in their rematch, so much has changed definitely for Aurora.
Vengeance Fove.
Oh, yeah,
Venom Purify
because,
He's fine, they're fine.
Velanya Purify
yeah,
pula.
because of the Harley as well as the Claude. Actually makes sense, but I would prefer the Flicker, but I feel like Aurora thinks like Falcons will be the ones to initiate.
Whoa,
Because,
whoa, whoa, whoa.
okay, no, he's alive.
He's fine. Not enough damage to support it. I have a question. Refresh me, please. If you pop the Vengeance as the Deadly Magix elapses and you get that final burst, does Harley get plopped?
No. Percentage, of course. I think you have to be in range.
For the Vengeance to
For the
do
Vengeance
it.
to, yeah.
Okay. So there won't be much surprises from Aurora, I'd say, because you lose the Flicker Dark Wave potential.
Yep.
And the AOG is not necessarily a starter to do that.
Oh, yeah.
It's not a surprise ult.
Light is my guy. He's doing the same thing as I'm doing. The Gatot Catcher. No skin. Skinless Gatot.
Is this a faster Gatot? A lighter Gatot?
Yeah.
Dia bodoh.
Oh, US is away
Bahan
from real world.
diunduh je Gatot dari
Very
sikit.
good start for Aurora. The OG comes through.
Hai,
Comes
mati.
in, dives 3. Turtle get reset. And Kyle
Trade
finds
dengan
life,
EXP.
but they trade out for Flap. Roamer for EXP laner.
Oh, the turtle is
Oh!
still up. It is not totally reset because they didn't really start it anyway. But Demon
Gila
Kite
macam mana Harley tu ni ya?
Roamer for EXP laner.
Oh, the
How?
turtle.
How? Apa yang membuatkan Harley tu nak ke kiri?
The OG comes through. Flap comes in. Dives
Apa info yang dia ada? Aku tak rasa dia ada info pun lah.
Kyle finds light, but they trade out for Flap. Roamer for EXP
Tak dia pergi tu
laner.
maknanya sebelum dia nampak tau lepas.
Turtle is still up.
Oh, mungkin dia nak boost ni kot aku rasa. Aku rasa dia nak pre skill 1 boost ni. Tapi kebetulan ngam-ngam tak ada suyu.
Light, but they trade out for Flap.
So
Roamer
dia
for
just
EXP laner.
analog
The turtle
Betul lah tu. Sebab dia tak nampak pun lagi tu.
is
Itu dia nak flank ni boost ni. Orang recall ke ataupun orang yang tengah standby kan. Sebab nanti dia boleh patah balik kan.
still up.
Jauh.
It is not
Kebetulan
totally
suyunya
reset
keluar.
because they didn't really start it anyway. But Demon Kite's slow.
Okay, DK is low. At the same time, Falcons have lost majority of their ultimates. Might just wait for Kyle now, which deals with the turtle so fast.
Oh, ain't no waiting for Kyle. He wants it now.
Yeah.
Team Falcon secure. It's Haji who takes the turtle.
Oh.
And they find Watsunami Slam on a light. Light, though, won't be able to AOG out despite heating level 4 before the fight began.
Oof.
He just respawned.
Yeah.
And he just scouted that out. Already dying twice.
Banyak betul lah. Nova kita hari ni tengok ni. Tengok bawah minit 4. Rom mati banyak-banyak.
Come on, Light.
Yeah.
Show us some love with the skinless Gatot. Make everyone understand why this is the way to go.
Wolf revealed himself to be the same.
It's a skinless Gatot, man.
It's a thing.
It's a thing.
It's like an anime cell phone case. If you know, you know.
If you know, you know.
We gotta see it work. Because it's been not that okay for Light so far, 0-2. And you understand that he is the guy expected to really tank and take a lot of this damage, but oh my god.
Mati. Wah, hujung.
Sliver of health left
Nak
on
lagi, nak lagi.
Dominic Kite.
Dah, tak ada.
Kyle and Marco could have sworn he was dead.
But he will be denied of a minion wave. Well, we'll try to go for this one.
Wah, dia pergi reveal.
That's it.
Tak nak ni wave punya pasal.
Okay, he did what
That's
he
so crucial.
had to do to be able to give the gold card
Yeah.
Yes,
to
exactly.
Dominic.
A very important one at that. Of course, it costed them to revitalize.
Tak ada
but
ulti tau.
any port in the storm for this Moskov in the early stages.
Yue, I think, also has been holding on to that real-world manipulation still.
Good timing.
It's earlier on, it was Flap who started things up. So Aurora, we see that yes, they're expecting that to happen, but how prepared could they be? Because earlier did it feel like they were. Probably apart from the fact that they still are yet to hit their level 4s, but at the same time, it seems like the position was just way better for Falcon. So that cannot happen the second time around here as we take a look at the second turtle of the game. Should be able to catch up. Both Gold 8ers can join this too.
Roamers are holding it down, but it looks like it's Falcons first to the scene. Haji shows some support for Flap and Ogwin. Kyle holding back. Edward jumps onto one, cross another Infernal Pursuit. RWM put up by Yue. The OG still held on to by Haji. And in comes the rest of them. Yeah! Super Marco puts up a screen. Demon Kite full. Turtle goes to Falcons. Light gonna be up next. Haji gets a kill. And another falls in Edward.
Yo!
Machine is on a roll.
How is Flap still alive?
Oh, it's because of the peeling coming up from Falcon.
Shows some support for Flap and Ogwin. Kyle holding back. Edward jumps onto one. Cross another Infernal Pursuit. RWM put up by Yue.
Itu je kali aku keluar.
Still held on to by Haji. And in comes the rest of them. Yeah! Super Marco puts up a screen. Demon Kite full.
Tak boleh lah bro. Banyak gila resource kat Kalia. Tapi tak mati pun Kalia je, men.
First Demon Kite being bursted down despite the jump coming up from
entire team fight. There was no one paying attention to Super Marco.
Baik tengok Team Flash.
Eyes on either Flap, who by the way just bypassed everyone.
What do you
by
mean?
the time he set on that penalty zone.
What do you mean?
There's no lockdown.
Janganlah macam tu.
There's no real.
Team Flash nak comeback
Even so,
Slot playoff nombor 6. Aman-aman.
Would have wished that he had Flicker. At least they can go in with eventually Yue, but Yue also rocking the Purified scenario. Oh, it's pandemonium now. Falcons will just control the map easily this game.
Yeah, Aurora definitely looking to take what they can, even especially towards the top side of the map, but even that area is already guarded. Open and Kyle are not letting them take anything as they please.
This is miserable, because even Aurora find themselves in quite the pickle. There's parasitism happening in their gold. Demon Kite and Demon Kite are stealing each other's farm right now.
That's right.
Tinggi bos dah. MPLID dah tengok dah. Hari Isnin tadi tu.
Cannibalism.
Ni tinggal PH.
As the kid would say.
Kalau nak tengok replay boleh tengok dekat YT, okay?
Like us.
Ada replay di YT.
Yeah.
Too spelled out.
What's this? The heart rates look pretty high for Aurora too.
Reasonably so.
Reasonably. Ah, man.
Oh! Not an SOD. Finds its mark, but you'd be a fool.
Hadn't died yet. And there is a way to go for the split push. In many ways, if Demon Kite plays it well, it can actually get away and just go for the defense, go for the split. That will eventually mean that UA will be just damaged as well as Edward. But I think that's the only way to go if you're Aurora. Activate split mode now.
Yeah, they gotta break the...
Sakit sial. Ay, 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 kena. Ay, mantap. Ada kali tak pergi lah. Oh, dia jaga dekat bayang belakang. Apa salah? Claudette-nya lama sangat? Ya tu, lama sangat. Dia dah boleh patah balik lah. Oh, dia nak tunggu Gatot ke? Tak ada, Gatot dah ton. Dia patut patah balik terus lah. Lepas masuk mati. Sebab dia ada purify lagi. Even kalau dia biar Suyu langgar pun dia ada puri kan. Stack dia pun masih banyak. Tapi aku faham lah. Dia linger tu sebab dia tengok Suyu tengah tarik dekat apa? Dekat Dexter. Tengok Suyu tengah tarik kat Dexter. Nice try. Nice try.
Okay, just when we needed to see something from Demon Kite.
Oh, it's not going to lead to much. He pops to revitalize unless there's enough damage from Falcon. Here they come in droves. Light gets taken now by Kyle. And now Aurora find themselves in a pickle as Edward pushes back defensive use of the vengeance. And they get stopped by RWM. Haji closes out the exit. UA puts it up a second too late.
Messi kena repair.
He still had that? He still had that?
Rigas.
I completely
Rigasnya
forgot what I was gonna say.
flow team
I
fight.
think
Flow
it was
team fight.
about Demon
Itu
Knight
yang kena
and
repair.
Assassin junglers not really favoring them, but we still have
Flow
to discuss
team
what happened.
fight.
Well, Falcons won't let us.
Oh,
Falcons won't let us.
Five Demon Kite, deadly magic to the face. And now they're gonna
Gal.
go Grand Theft Orange after they take
Di
lead.
mati.
He gets popped with a vengeance strike. Void Crystal puts him in, and the orange.
Sudah Haji, sudah. Kasih nabas.
Kyle had retribution, so.
Or Kyle.
Yeah, Demon
Kasih
Knight
nabas
didn't
bang.
have taken it because he was taken out early.
Dapat. Ai, lagi sikit. Nice try.
Oh my goodness.
Nice
Just
try.
throwing left and right. Yep, Kyle.
Game 3 macam tak ada gaya je game 3 je bang.
Those 200 gold notifications.
Macam gelap aja game 3. Oi.
Because of the spell vamp that you get from the skill and from his skills, and the fact that Kyle is just way
Hampir.
ahead of the pack. Edward with this vengeance.
Salah angkat pula.
ineffective
Nak
now.
angkat Bobby kan.
Purify out of that tsunami slam by UA. Close call. Rora can focus on the
Boleh lah.
defense.
Buang puri
Man,
sebelum apa.
this is probably where I would have wished
Sebelum
that it
keluar.
was a flicker Phobius instead.
Oh
Because
man.
at least they have ways to play from behind
Oh man.
and turn things
Oh,
around.
man.
Oh no.
Kyle has it.
Salah semak. Ah! Ada ni je kumpau.
Kyle checks the wrong brush.
Tu out of apa?
It's
1/3 je.
1 in 3 chance. He gets it.
He hit
Kumpau.
this brush too.
That's right.
Oh my goodness.
Unbelievable. Oh, that was scary. That was scary.
That's pretty 5 head of Dominkite.
That's
He
right.
chose the closest brush
Yeah.
to Falcon's
Boleh
side of the
defend, ah?
map, so I guess that's what saves him.
Okay.
Ui, tak kena. Ayo kena. Ingat tak kena je.
Up top. Oh,
Tsunami slam on Edward. Vengeance ain't gonna save him. Super Marco gets one look at life from the
Ui,
back.
kau tahu tapi tak buat apa tu, tak ada DPS tu, Tot.
And now the punish from
Tot, DPS kau kat atas, Tot. Kau nampak tu? Cantik ah.
even with that push up top, they lose 2 in the process. Falcons are not letting up. They're still staying near the base.
They don't take a trade.
Nak baby. Woi,
Falcons, all 5 of them in the base. RW.
mati. Dapat Walton. Ai, ngam
Chubby
ngam.
wave down bot. Rora minions
Kemas.
spawn. Falcons gotta slow it down.
Oh, really scary there. 10,000 gold for Falcons. Falcons know that there is
Ini bitter.
the Holy Shield still active up top, so there will be no success from Dominkite whatsoever.
Kalau
with
Izan
that
Nami
push.
perform,
We'll have to wait for
masalah
12
dia.
minutes. Now it goes.
Masalah dia bukan dekat
Falcons
satu
wait
player.
for another minute or
Aku
will
rasa
they? Because I feel like they wanted to go for a tsunami stab.
korang kena stop nampakkan masalah AC ni dekat satu player.
Finds Edward. Pops him just like that. And
The whole team is problematic.
Super Marco serves up a kill to come.
Masalahnya lebih fundamental dari individual.
Clear the waves. Members of the Nest are
Tak nak
half
balik
health.
you.
Yeah.
Can Aurora take it
Mau
back?
lagi ke abang?
No
Mau
ultimates
lagi.
for Falcons, but they have waves. They have waves coming in. Rora can deal with the mid wave.
Oh
but
my
they
God.
Sakit. Mati bos.
Just like that.
Mati bos.
Can smell blood in the water. Rora holding out for dear
Boom. Tak
life.
kena.
Minion waves crash into another tsunami slam. Demon Kite falls. Team Falcons
Aku tak
continue
bagi
the
muka
streak,
siap.
taking the series 2-0.
Tak bagi muka. Bye. Kasih muka tu.
Team Falcons are in
Apa sudah jadi Rora tu? Tak tahu tu. Ayayay. Ayayay. Lu strip apa bodoh dia? 1, 2, 3, 4.
Kena curse Rinuka.
4 lu streak. Sial. Berat. Falcon dah lawan MPLPHS sekali. Bila? Awal. Oh ni awal lah. Ni week 2 gila. Mana Falcon MPLPHS geng? Sekali. Oh ni lah. Oh lah inilah yang satu-satunya match yang kita tengok live. Tapi bosan. Tak silap aku match ni bosan. Bosan. Pegang ngarut.
Aurora nak masuk gua dengan Hoshi ke?
Pegang ngarut. Aduh. Dia ada berapa lagi? Tapi dia dah lawan yang keras-keras lah.
Nampak kuning je
belum
ngarut
bodoh.
wado-wado. Have some respect.
MPLPHS, Omega, Brand, babi. Last 3 team dia nak kena langgar. 3-3 yang tengah lagi up sia. Kalau jumpa TNC tak apa lagi. Dah jumpa TNC kalah lagi.
Dah lawan keras-keras Gengarino.
Berat. Aduh. Ayo berat. Berat sangat ke bang? Berat.
M7 dah cukup bak kata Rora.
Yang kita tengok usah sikit draft orang daripada awal. Oh ni yang kita tengok Balmond tu kan. Bak Sia Zujin hari ni okey. Bak Sia Grok tak berapa okey lah. Tapi tak ada dah teruk sangat. Leomod, Grok, Parsa. Okey. Ni bawa Leslie pula masa tu kan. Tapi tak apa lah. Week 1. Ni main Going Jungle. Kimi mid lane. Haish. Berat. Tapi menang bro. Dapat Freya. Bak Sia. Grok. Kimi lagi. How they get away with this shit ah? Fred Zujin. Okay. Chosora. Fred Valen.
What happened, man?
Grok. Mbak Syakimi suka betul dia. Betul-betul ni oh. Betul-betul pawang oh. Fred Kimi betul dia suka main ni oh. Dia suka hyper tank plus Kimi. Dia suka main hyper tank plus Kimi. Lagi. Gwyn Zujin dapat Zujin 2 kali pun kalah anjing. Tapi ni itulah ni Gwyn Jungle. Sonseng Golen. Ni fasa-fasa FOMO ni geng. Fasa-fasa FOMO. Singgulu hari ni okey je tu. Tak ada tu. Aku tak suka Gwyn Jungle ni lah. Tapi other than that macam solid-solid juga. Suyu Grok Valen. Suyu Kimi. Suka betul lah dia ni Kimi. Ni apa benda Kimi kalian ni. Penggemar Grok ke lah. Even dah sampai week 4 pun masih Grok dia. Tapi tak ada ni. Ambil Grok tapi tak ada apa? Tak ada yang boleh betul-betul capitalize Grok punya setup. Ataupun sesuatu untuk bagi Grok ni ruang sikit. Bak Syakimi lagi aku tengok. Tapi dia menang bodoh bawa Bak Syakimi. The fuck. Bak Syakimi aku okey ke lah. Fred Kimi. Kali Hakimi. Ay, tak minat lah man. Sebab Bak Syakimi daripada dulu ke kan. Daripada patch-patch sebelum masa M7 belakang-belakang pun memang naik kan. Leo Zuji high loss. How you lose this? Ni bila last week lagi sebelum How the fuck you lose this bro? Bro, macam mana Leo Mod Zujin high loss lawan Suyu Valen Marcel kalah 11 minit. Bagi aku nak tengok. Sabar jap. Kita quick VR jap.
Ajaib.
Quick VR. Quick VR. Minggu berapa tadi? Minggu 5. Week 6. Week 5. Week 5 day 1. Week 5
One
day
just
1.
live PX by.
Week 5 day 1. Week 5 day 1 ni. Game 1 kan? Leo tak sempat snowball. Memanglah. Tapi how? That's the question. Sekarang ni hero bukan hero adik-adik yang dia tengah main ni. Ni hero pahlawan tau. Oh, game ni lah yang aku buat konten tu. Okay. Trade, tak ada masalah. Kita masih fair tak? 11 minit terlalu awal tu untuk kau kalah bawa draft high loss Leomod ni. Let's try. Cuba dapatkan Valen. Suyu datang. High lossnya mampus. Yup, free kill kah? Revi. Pum, terisilah lagi. Malah dicampak ke member. Dicampaknya ke high loss. Oh, dia nak stun Terry ni. Masalahnya bagi Suyu dapat skill 2 bangsat. Bro!
Dah dapat M7 nak pensi macam mobil lepas glory.
Niat tak menghalalkan cara orang cakap. Tak, dia nak stun. Dia nak stun Marcel dengan ni. Tapi tak stun tu tadi selalu. Bukan dia stun dia buat ni. Ke damage je lah? Bilang kan? Damage je? Tak ada stun bila campak enemy dekat team dia. Aku lupa dah. Tapi tu tak ada stun, damage je lah kot. Damage je. Lagilah tak payah je. Dia maknanya lagilah tak valid tu. Memang patut campak ke kanan je. Berat. Aduh. Okay, bagi Suyu 1 kill tapi still chill. Baru 1 kill men. HP kalah sikit. Mid still menang. Okay, 4-4. Tak ada masalah. Tak ada review first turtle. Bulan standard Harit memang menang lah. Harit pula. Granger memang menang lah. Ini dengan Harit kan. Dapat turtle. Suyu pun nak mampus lah. Malah menang first turtle. Macam mana kalah 11 minit bro? Macam mana bro? Okay, masih 50-50.
Kejadian aneh.
Masih 50-50. Okay, million. Immobilize. Okay, tak apa. Fail gang. Tapi tak mati. It's fine. There's lah kat wave. Dapat pergi turtle dengan lebih cepat. Lampu datang dari base. Hilo tak ada HP. Boom, buat apa? Boom. Langkah. Nampak. Tim dia lain. Oh, masa kurung. Anjir. Masanya kurung. Ui, padahal lapu dah handsome lah tu. Dia kurung siapa tu? Leomod dengan high loss. Berat. Tapi lapu bukan dah pergi awal ke? Aku rasa lapu pergi awal siap tu. Taklah, busuk pun ulti high loss dia keluar kan. Awal tu ni. Lepas tu ulti je tu. Ya duk. Dia aku rasa kan dia tak nak ulti sebab apa. Dia nak tunggu ni. Dia nak jaga Leomod ni takut Suyu ataupun Suyu dengan Valen ni masuk kan. Tapi tu ulti Marcel tu cantik lah dapat dua-dua tu. Granger pun tengah ketuk wave. Wah, Granger tengah ketuk wave. Tapi ulti Marcel tu lah, tu value lah. Sebab sebenarnya dia macam ulti Marcel tu mendeny follow up yang mantap oleh Rora. Sebab babi tu kau tengok lah punya border. Aku expect tak kena lah skill dekat Suyu tu. Ni aku expect Suyu elak ke apa ke. Tak ada bro. So perap beras. Kalau kuda dua ekor masuk memang mati bodoh-bodoh ni. So value lah ulti Marcel kat situ lah. Suara meriang. Piung. Begitu sulit. Itulah pasal Marcel. Itulah. Inilah benda-benda macam ni lah bila berlaku dalam team fight kan. Dan benda ni bukan sekali je. Memang apa? Memang sahih. Memang fakta. Memang nampak lah pro team boleh buat kan. Sebab tu tak boleh labelkan dia completely useless. Tapi dalam masa yang sama, nak cakap macam nak bagi macam title kat Marcel ni macam boy ah. Tak juga. Tak tahu nak letak dia ni kat mana sebenarnya. Tak tahu man. Hijau kena rembat. Mid lane pecah. Biru kena rembat. Biru kena rembat. Okay, itu kot turning pointnya. Tapi baru satu lah. 2k goal difference. Lagi sekali kalah team fight ataupun resource kena rembat. Lagi satu cycle baru betul-betul parah. Masih. Tak boleh lah. Dia nampak balance. Zujin kat mana Zujin? Zujin kat mana? Zujin tengah clear wave. Tu je lah. Tak adalah benda yang kronik sangat. Tapi macam satu kan. Daripada team fight tadi, Marcel deny tu. Lepas tu kalah team fight turtle. Lepas tu hijau kena rembat. Mid pecah, biru kena rembat. Nak clear bawah mati lagi. Masalah. UA ke masalahnya geng? Yang match tadi pun tengok match juga yang macam tak berapa nak ni. Pakai goal difference. Hasil gap second turtle pergi third turtle. Granger. Apa yang Granger ni takut lah? Kenapa dia macam takut sangat? Asal dia macam menyorok? Teris lah. Oh, sebab teris belum ulti. Tapi dia ada flicker. Dia ada flicker, man. Boom. Poing. Dia patut tembak lah kat sini. Kat sini dia kena press sikit lah. Ni kat sini ni lah. Masa tengah Marcel ulti ni dia kena press lah. Sebab tak ada masalah pun kalau Terry tu lompat ke dia ada flicker. Dia ada flicker, dia ada dash. Kalau dia tak ada dash, maybe lah. Maybe tak okay lah. Tapi kalau ada flicker dengan dash. Sebab tak ada chance stun yang betul-betul instant pun dekat belah kanan. Yang betul-betul easy lah. Suyu pun out of range. Aku takut sikit lah. Selesai. Lord confirm tak contest. Contest tu. Dia mahu. Pup. Dah. Tunggu apa? Granger tak main tu. What the fuck? Bro! Tak ada golin tu. What the fuck? Kau tengok Granger tu. Sepanjang team fight. Betul-betul jaga badan tu. Tak nak ni. Tak nak kena catch dengan apa-apa, man. Betul-betul orang cakap jaga jarak, man. Mati ke? Macam mana boleh mati ni? Oh, tengah ambil little. So, habis. Selesai. 12k. Minit 11. Mantap. DPS tak main tu. DPS tak main. DPS nya tak main. Sampai. Terjawab sudah. So bukan kalah yang tak ni lah. Aku nak tengok dia. Aku just nak tengok apa. Kalah ni tu kalah yang. Kalah macam yang game tadi ke. Macam yang tadi kan kita tengok mana yang Aulus tu. Siapa bawa Aulus tadi? Brand macam yang Aulus ni kan kalahnya tadi kan memang kalah minit 1 siap. Minit 2. Minit 2 dah gila babi teruk lah. So faham lah. So aku ingatkan kalah ni benda sama. Mana ada main. Saya kata telur mula. So maknanya memang kalah sebab apa? Memang kalah bukan sebab kena snowball lah. Kalah memang atas sendiri aja. Berat. MPLPHS17. Sekejap kita tengok contender dia. Brand dengan TNC kan. Tengok brand dengan TNC lawan apa. Brand lawan MPLPHS juga. Brand lawan Twist. Brand lawan Aurora. Oh ni lah. Kat sini lah. Sinilah decider. TNC lawan TLPH. Lawan Twist. Lawan Falcon. Berat agak bodoh. Ketiga-tiga ni berat babi. Tapi sebenarnya macam advantage kat Aurora kan. Betul tak? Advantage kat Aurora. Sebab satu dia memang dah kat atas. Diff kan. Ada diff sikit lah. Tapi dia lebih kurang je lah dengan brand sebenarnya. Tapi brand kurang satu match. Doh ni berapa? Ni 8, 3, 11. 11, 10, 11. Tak juga lah. Tak juga. Brand ada 4 match kan. Brand ada 4 match. Dan brand lah advantage sebenarnya. Tapi 4 match tu lawan MPLPHS, Twist, Falcon, Aurora. Dekat sini aku decider dia. Probably di sini lah betul-betul grand final. Siapa boleh pergi playoff. Aduh. Okay, habis. Berapa? 3 jam 20 minit. Penat.